Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us this Sunday evening at Collectors Enabled. We have an all-star panel tonight, and we wanted to first start by thanking you guys for your support from the very beginning. For those of you who don't know, we passed 1,000 subs on YouTube. I think it was like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. We're almost 2 months ahead of our goal. We're super excited, and so we just want to start by thanking everybody for spreading the word and getting your significant others and spouses and children and people off the street to sub. And it's just the beginning. So we're super excited about what we have to offer. Tonight we have a couple of topics we want to talk about. We're definitely going to talk about our giveaway, and it's actually bigger than I thought it was because we have a few more sponsors who want to help out, and we'll talk about how we're going to enter into that. The one thing you guys know already is every single video that we put out, any short, live show, anything on our YouTube channel, every comment that when you comment on a video, it enters you into the drawing. So multiple comments don't give you multiple drawings, but just one comment per video, and we appreciate that. We're going to talk about some other things coming up as well. We have some news about Infinity Studios, and we want to talk about them tonight, especially with the teasing of the Christian Bale Batman and a few other things, the Superman. We want to talk a little bit about maybe some more controversial things and the fact that I'm still not a DC collector. But we'll talk about my latest DC purchase. We're going to talk about what else? What else on the agenda tonight, John?
We got quite a few new items to kind of look at and see what everybody's picking up. So
cool. We got a couple of fine art prints that we'll look at. I actually have them in hand, and I'm going to give you my opinions and how they compare to Sideshow and G-Clay prints. And I want to talk about collection evolution and where everybody's at, and especially we got Justin back, and his collection is evolving daily as well as his shelving. We got Johnny back, and just fresh back from a trip from Texas, and wanted to join us for our celebratory episode. Shane decided that he's in a sketchy motel and decided to join us. And
you joke, but if you saw where I am, I'm at a 5-star lodge in the Rocky Mountains.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Are you serious?
In the middle of the Rocky Mountains in Jasper, Alberta. Yep.
Oh, well, damn. I don't want to see the inside with your crappy old bed. You should be streaming outside.
I
want to see the view. And then, of course, we got John, and John's background is looking better than ever. That looks so good.
It's getting there slowly but surely.
But John, didn't you say that you're actually like packing up currently also?
A little bit. I'm just looking at pieces that may be on the cutting block. Within the next year or so, I could potentially be moving. So I'm just kind of running that through my head as far as what do I want that to look like, because it's kind of a daunting task, I think, for anybody that has a lot of statues.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've just kind of been reorganizing and kind of seeing what I want to do there.
Gotcha. Well, before we jump into our first topic, let's go ahead and say hello to everybody who's here. We got Lane. He messaged me before the show saying he was super excited. He's ready for some awesome incoming statue chat. We got Justin multitasking. And if you haven't subscribed to Justin's Instagram or his YouTube, Justin Sports Card Museum or Justin Sports and Statue Collector. We have Collector's Entity. What's going on? We got Alan Kiefer. Thanks for joining. Tom, I've been talking to Tom a little bit tonight about his evolving collection. Michael Black, what's up? We're doing really well. DBZ Mini, thanks for joining. Shane multitasking as well. Daniel S. We got the Puerto Rico Statue Collector. What's up, Dennis? Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. Beast 51, like always. What's up, Beast? Thank you for joining us. Dinesh, what's going on? Freddy Krueger 84, sups up. So we have Facebook user, sign in Facebook user so we can so we know who you are. We got another Facebook user. Hello all. We got Nick Evader. What's going on? Are you getting the entire Lord of the Rings half scale line from Infinity Studios? Not the Infinity Studios topic I was going to talk about, but so far I have the Gandalf and the Legolas on order. I think that Infinity Studios is nailing the half scale so far. But we'll talk about one-to-one for sure. So the answer is currently yes. You got Miguel. What's going on, Miguel? Thank you again for your help. We have Blackbird Tech, Dot Collector, Kevin. Yeah, and he's in the Northeast
Kevin.
again, from Boston. Nice and chilly. We got Late Night Trip. What's going on? And I'm sure more people will kind of trickle in here. We got 40 people already. So we got Smoke 'em if you got them. What's up? So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. You could start leaving your comments now. So let's go ahead and jump into our first topic. And John, what do you want to talk about first?
How about we go through pickups real quick? Just anything people are ordering this week or getting. So, Shane, you got anything coming this week?
No, not this week, but I am strongly considering the XM Galvatron. I'm not sure.
Wow.
There's a couple things I don't like about it, but overall I like it a lot. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. You're hitting Transformers pretty hard this year, huh?
I am, and Azursi is going to be releasing their Shockwave and Megatron reveals this year, so I plan on picking them up, unless I don't like them. And then Ant is supposed to be releasing his reveals of Devastator and Omega Supreme, and I've seen the Devastator, and I've seen his Optimus for his museum line. And he's tweaking it, so they're not final. But I've seen it, so yeah.
What's your initial thoughts?
So the Optimus, I don't want to give too much away. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but the Optimus is looking good. It's a little more modernized. It looks really good. It's not done. It was just a work in progress. That's his museum line. And then the Devastator was looking really good, classic G1, but they're still working on that too, so I don't know how that's gonna look. So but what I saw, I thought looked good.
So Ant made a post the other day, and he's like, I want to make collectibles collectible again. Do you think that this has anything to do with that, or does he have something else that he's talking about there?
I don't know what he's talking about. My guess is that he's going to lower or keep his edition sizes lowered, unlike other companies, just to make collectibles more collectible, more rare collectible. And, maybe just do more characters and more releases to offset the price. But that's what I think. Could be completely wrong.
Yeah. And it seems like, too, they're going the route of giving us variations. Like the Leatherface, we got two options. The American Psycho that we'll show later on, there's 3 versions?
3.
So, yeah.
Wow.
So,
you getting that, John?
No, probably not. Because I believe that's 1/4, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I thought it was 1/3.
I could be wrong. I know they teased Ghostface a week or 2 ago, and it's going to be a 1/4 scale, but I already got the 1/3 scale on order, so...
Yeah, you could be right, dude. It could be 1/4. I just thought it was 1/3 because everything they're doing is 1/3 lately. But
yeah,
like the Turtles and the Mortal Kombat and the Blade and there's something else I'm fucking missing.
They're killing it right now.
It was 1/3, so I just thought it was 1/3. What was your Leatherface? Is that 1/3 or 1/4?
It's 1/3. Yeah.
See, that's kind of why I thought,
Well, and I don't know why they're kind of doing the 1/4. I mean, I know there's a big desire for people to want 1/4 scale, because I have the 1/4 scale Michael Myers. I wish I could pick up the 1/3 scale, but I think there's still quite a bit of demand for 1/4. So,
most definitely.
Johnny, you got anything new in the last little while?
Oh man, since the last time we talked, I got in the Hot Toys Tumblr.
Okay.
And I stared at that thing probably for like 3 days straight, and I probably got in a little trouble with it here and there. But got that in, got a lot of art prints in. We'll be getting the Batman Beyond bust from Mike here pretty soon, and then
nice.
And then
good. I need that space.
Hopefully, hopefully something else here pretty soon.
Oh, really?
But beyond that, really just trying to step back and now that I have space, I don't want to make the mistake of being enabled or gutted in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But definitely
You're on the wrong
interested.
show, my man. I hate to tell you.
No, see, here's the cool thing.
It's in
Here's
the
the cool
name.
thing. John is like the average collector with like the high end taste. Mike is just the high end taste, get everything, and then there's Shane who's like, you don't need that or that's trash. And the whole community's like, we love it. So that's what
Yeah.
makes the show cool. But no, I definitely learned from y'all, and now that I have space, that's probably the most valuable thing in collecting.
Yes.
Definitely treading lightly, seeing if I really like something. If I go back to it in a couple days,
It's-
so like Jazz Inc. With the '89 Batmobile, probably
Oh,
get
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I guess as in statues, not so much figures of vehicles to try to keep it statues. Definitely that Batman black suit. I decided on the black suit bust from Queen Studios. That one, the Cavill or Cavill.
Nice.
Okay.
That one's very tempting because I think later down the road I want to get the Trinity. That would
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
be beautiful.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Mhm.
well, I think I mentioned it before, but I have the Pure Arts bust already pretty much paid off, but got those coming
Nice.
in. I think they're super cool. I haven't got the penguin yet, but I'm just getting more.
Hey, we can talk
finances
about that
ready.
tonight.
Question
that
for
was-
you, Johnny. Are you going to
Yeah.
display it with or without the creepy baby visible?
Oh, so see, I mean, I think because I'm a big cinema guy, and I get where they were coming from. I think as in the collecting world, I think it may have been too much, and that spikes the price up with the silicone. And then you also have to keep in mind how often are you going to touch that silicone because that could, without the airflow or anything like that, or wherever you put it, it could just warp. But to answer your question, I know Payne said it was a trode, a baby trode, but after carefully looking at it, I think it's cool, but I won't be displaying it. I'll definitely have
Okay.
the logo on. And then
Yeah.
if someone comes over, it's kind of like I know you don't know this statue, so I'm going to kind of like flex and show you. But the base resembles beautifully the because I was looking through the concept art, it resembles the ship perfectly.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Cool.
but I really like the key. I think the key is what really
Oh, yeah, yeah.
sells it for me.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think that's so cool.
It is.
But
It is.
yeah, it's about it for me. I don't want to ramble on, but yeah.
So are you going to keep that baby in like a jar in a bottle, and so when people
Yeah,
want to
you
see
got
it?
to.
Yeah,
That's
so I was
sick.
thinking of like a big mason jar, put some vinegar, and just have it in there. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
vinegar. That'll go well on a resale.
No. All kidding. I honestly, I have no idea. Being I'm from Texas and the humidity and the heat, I really don't know. Definitely indoors, obviously, but I have no idea. I'm afraid if I leave it in the box, I'm gonna get like a just warped like creature from like, Resident Evil or something. But yeah,
Oh,
we'll
amazing.
see.
All right, Justin. I know you've been on the prowl looking for some deals, huh?
Yeah, I got Jetwing coming Wednesday. I got War
Yes.
Tank coming about another 2 weeks. Should be sometime this February from Dilber. He's getting it for me and then ship it from Canada to me. I got the gold Batman Beyond because the Prime 1 sale.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm thinking about getting the Transformers Blackout, Megatron, or Justice Buster. So.
Wait, you haven't committed to Justice Buster yet?
No, I was waiting to see when you get it.
You're waiting to see.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've watched the
Smart.
videos, but I wanted your opinion before I.
Okay.
Because I'll have War Tank and Hulk Buster, and I could put them all together. But
Oh yeah, I'll put that picture up for you. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just curious what you think about it.
Justice
it's
Buster is
pretty-
what, like 3 boxes?
Yeah, I
Probably.
think so. Yeah, the
Most
with
of
the
them are all
Batman, I
3
think it's 3
boxes.
boxes.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
insane.
War Tank's 3 boxes. That one's 3 boxes. Jetwing's
Oh.
3 boxes.
War Tank is an
Yeah.
insane 3 boxes though, because it's not like okay, one box is like 25 pounds, 30 pounds. It's like one box is like 150, another is like 160, and the other is like
Yeah.
80. It's nuts.
Yeah. Do you think the upcoming, oh, I say upcoming, but in the years coming, the recent P1 Optimus Prime, Do you think that'll be 3 or 4 boxes? The
The Power
4,000.
Master,
Yeah, the
the
Power
one we
Master.
ordered. Yeah, me and Mike ordered it. It has to be 3 or 4.
At
It's
least 3.
bigger. It's the same height as Jetwing, if not like maybe an inch shorter, because he's like suspended in the air. But he's wider and he's got more depth. So
Is he standing? Is he in a stance pose?
Yes.
yeah, he's got all
kind
this
of
stuff on him. Yeah.
he's kind of in like a semi-museum pose, and he's just decked out with guns and
Yeah,
wings and
He's got
everything.
like war tank guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to get
And they're doing
enabled.
the mega. We showing Mike today. He's probably already seen it anyway before I sent the picture. But they sent a thing about Megatron today, so they're working on that.
Oh yeah. We definitely. I think
Oh,
John
wow.
has that. We'll definitely talk about that. The
Yeah, it looks
Josh
pretty
Nizzi concept Megatron, which a lot of people actually liked a lot better than Power Master.
Yeah.
I guess it's not as crazy, and people are okay with that. But dude, I like the
But
crazy.
you'd want to pair them if you'd want them together. If
Oh,
you
you
do it.
100%.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money, but I mean.
Yeah, but it looks so good. It looks so
Can I ask
good.
you a question?
Mhm.
I know XM did it, but as a proximity piece, I guess. Like you put it on the base, like as a bonus part. But would y'all prefer, like, say, Prime One did an extra bonus part for, say, $200, $300, but it's like the die-cast model or like a model like XM used to do? Would y'all want that, or is it just overkill?
They do it on a few, like Blackout. I'm talking about. It's got Scorpnox with it. It's like the
that's
little
true. That's
scorpion
cool.
thing. You can buy that, and then there's one more for them, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
But that's a little different because that's not really what he transforms into. That's
Oh
not his
yeah.
alternate
Well, yeah, it's his
mode.
partner. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
just a
got you.
partner, exactly. And to answer your question, Johnny, no. I would never display any of that stuff. That means nothing to me.
Well,
I'd rather the statue be cheaper.
Cheaper. And the reason why I ask is because I saw that there's a deviation now on the prices for the recent Megatron, because with all the little spiders and whatnot.
Yeah.
I was it got me thinking, like, is it worth it? Because some guys like are completists, and some guys just like it just like how it is. But is stuff like that big for y'all?
On that piece, they got the spiders. They all come with it on a normal, but then the exclusive has a little green guy. I can't remember his name.
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. So it's like an extra $100 on that. That's not as much difference. But yeah, on a lot of other ones, they're like $300 and $400 or even $600 difference.
Wow.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like it's cool, but I mean, some people think it's not necessary. Some people think it's necessary. So
I think it just depends. I actually went out and bought like a die-cast Optimus, Bayformer for like $25, and it looked actually great. And then my son found it and then wanted to play with it, so I gave it to him. But I don't know. It's better than finding the statue like the XM comes with and wanting to play with that. But I guess there's so much presence to these pieces. It really depends on what you're doing with your collection and how you're trying to show it off. I think the XM does it really classy, and then Azersi is starting to do it as well with the 6-shot. And is Tarn doing it? No, maybe not yet.
Tarn is coming with that little dog, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is that, and I think I said this before a few months ago, what's really cool in the storyline, the Decepticon Justice Department, they're like the SS of the Decepticons, and they were infiltrated by an undercover Autobot, and then they found out that he was an Autobot. So they basically did something to his brain, lobotomized him, and turned him into that dog, their pet.
Oh, that's amazing.
And they keep him around, and that's what he comes with.
So that's pretty good.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really how fucked up those guys are. I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, and Tarn's sitting on top of Optimus, and then the other one, the other character they made is sitting on top of Ultra Magnus. So they're pretty cool bases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Shane,
I think so.
I was thinking, man, now that I saw the recent Dark of the Moon Transformers, if we were all Transformers, like who would be, right? And you came first to mind, bro.
Who would he be?
He would be the little RC guy in from Revenge of the Fallen, the little RC truck. This always causes havoc, man.
Oh, that's so good. It's too bad Shane doesn't watch those movies. Yeah, he has no idea what you're talking about.
I know who that is. I've seen the movies. I just don't like them.
Did you just do
Okay.
like
I
a
like
one run?
I like the statues. I think they look cool, but I don't care for the movies.
Gotcha.
Bumblebee's
Gotcha.
good.
Bumblebee is good.
Mike, you
Bumblebee's
said
the
that
best Transformer movie ever made, other than the animated movie, obviously.
Queen's still making their Megatron poster, right?
Yes.
The Megatron on Throne? I believe so, yeah.
Well, they're making that. They're also
Making
making
a
the
bust.
bust. They said the bust is, I can't remember if it was in prototype phase or printed phase. They just haven't moved forward with it yet. And I'm guessing they're probably still assessing how Optimus is doing, because I'm guessing whoever gets Optimus, and I got it. I thought that Optimus bust is fantastic. They'll probably look at the ES for Megatron based on those sales. So that's just my guess.
Damn. And is that from the first movie?
It
version of
is. I can't remember. It's I can't remember what it was, and maybe it's whatever they have the license to. But it's a pretty, it's pretty much Optimus. You know that it's him, because it's only a bust, you can't tell that much variation.
Yeah. How big are those?
They are. What do they call them? They call them it's not premium scale, or Queen has their own name for them, where they're supposed to be human size. So it's like human size bust, basically.
Yeah.
So not quite 1-to-1, not quite like 1/3 like XM, but it's probably somewhere between like 1/3 scale and 1/5 scale, I'm guessing.
Jesus, that's still huge.
Yeah, Johnny, if
He's
you like
big.
the G1s, it's the XM does them ones. They have
Yeah, the
like,
XMs
the
are.
bust of them. Art has a good
Oh.
review on them. They're massive.
Damn.
Let's see.
Man, that's pretty cool. What a
They're
time to
probably
be a Transformers
like
guy.
$4,000, $4,500 now, and then you probably got to pay $1,000 ship or something on them.
Yeah.
Good old shipping. That's
Good
crazy.
old shit.
It's not getting better.
Yeah.
I guess let's say last but not least, pickups. I don't know why I did this, but I picked up the Mark 7 bus by Queen Studios from Sideshow.
Okay.
It was waitlisted, and I got that email that said, "Hey, waitlist is over," and it's relatively sold out in other places. Oh, I know why I did this. Everyone's been having a lot of issues with the Mark 7 bus. I've seen multiple broken ones, people getting it, and it's all like dust and stuff because the resin broke in transit. And I figured the safest place and the quickest way to get a replacement, if there is something broken, or the easiest way to get a return without feeling like I'm screwing one of our friends who are distributors, was to go through Sideshow.
Mhm.
And so, obviously you pay tax, and then shipping wasn't too bad, ironically, for such a huge box. But I wanted to be just careful on that one. So I did pick that up, and I feel like when it comes to Queen Studios Iron Man stuff, you can't beat it. I also unboxed today the Queen Studios Mark 42, which is really nice. Let me see if I could share some photos here. I was going to post it in the Facebook group tomorrow, but here we go. Let me share this with you guys. No, this I got from Shugo, because they get everything super early and their shipping's not bad, and whatever. So there we go.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. So this
I got
thing.
a logo on the back.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's from Etsy. Just
Yeah.
pretty inexpensive. Lights are great, really nice.
Mike, have you opened up the Hot Toys quarter scale yet to compare?
Not yet. I need to
Okay.
do that. Yeah, I
I'd be
have to do
curious.
that. Yeah, I definitely need to do that. There's him kind of in the light there. Again,
Wow.
details are freaking great. You know the best thing about this statue?
So,
Best thing about this statue? It's 2 freaking pieces.
mhm.
The body and the base.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The piece that, there's a little battery compartment on the back, but you just pop it off, pop back on. There's a little switch underneath. Can't freaking beat it, man.
And this is part of their line going up.
This is part of their quarter scale lineup. Yep.
Wow.
And
That
so
looks awesome.
price is reasonable. Here's there you go, next to the Hulkbuster. And then you can
Wow.
see the 1-to-1 Mark 50 in the back, and then you can see the tiny little 6 scale Mark 50 on the base there.
Dang. Damn, that's an awesome display.
Is the 43 out yet?
43 is out on Shugo also, but I got it from Todd, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
wait for Todd to get it in.
Oh, look at that.
I got some more art coming in, and so I thought this piece was, fantastic.
Yeah, that art piece pairs very well to XM.
Yeah, I mean, well, because most of this art is classic Iron Man. Actually, almost all of it. So it kind of works perfectly. However, I think it also works pretty great with modern Iron Man too. It's just the colors are the same. It's real nice. You can kind of see I zoomed in here. It works if you have this classic Iron Man XM piece. This is freaking amazing. It just matches so great. So I like that piece. It's like I forgot how big it is. About 11 by 17. No, it's bigger than that. 17 by 22 maybe. Matted canvas, professionally framed, signed by Alex Ross. Real freaking nice, man. And then let's see. Here's a couple of things. Got this custom commission, just a little sneak peek of the pieces drying with the initial coat of red paint. This is for a 1/3 custom Iron Man that I commissioned. And it's coming along great. And two of these guys said they'd have it in about 8 weeks, and they are well on their way. So that's the first time I've worked with a commissioner that actually is, doing what they're doing. And then I got to share this piece. I shared this with the guys before the show, and this is so freaking beautiful. It's about 20 by 30, I think. It's a canvas also, professionally framed, modern Avengers, or it's called Avengers of Our Time, signed by Stan Lee. This thing is unbelievable. The colors are vibrant. They're beautiful. If you've never seen like a true fine art piece by Marvel or Stan Lee or Alex Ross, you got to check this out. I told Payne that it literally makes anything by Sideshow, and not, I know Sideshow doesn't produce them; they just sell them. But any of the G clays or the the runs, it makes them look like pieces of trash, like a cheap like inkjet printer piece of trash.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to like put anyone down, and I'm not saying it's not good. I have hundreds of prints, hundreds from Mondo, Sideshow, whatever. This is just, it's like 100 times better. It's also 100 times the cost, but it's 100 times better.
Mike, how do you go about when you're doing art? Do you care about size and stuff? Because I have a hard time when you have all these different sizes, to where I've gotten to the point where I'm like 24 by 36 is kind of my standard go-to now.
Yes. When I'm talking about like these really crazy, like fine art prints that are very expensive.
Oh yeah.
Size 100% counts, because they're going up on the wall. I can't put these in a booklet, or we've had like the acid-free books that you can buy on Amazon. So 100% everything that I'm buying now, at least these, I have they're, if it's not on the wall already, it has the nail in the wall ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that being said, I do stumble upon some that I really like, and I kind of retool my room and try to figure out where I can put it. But if I can't, then I'm not just like buying them like crazy. The good thing is they're cost prohibitive, and so you can't just like, oh, Mondo has a or Bottleneck has a sale, or this Marvel print, $60, $70, $100. Oh yeah, that's easy, no problem. Granted, on the aftermarket, we all know they jump up, but these are not like I'm glad they're cost prohibitive. Otherwise, I'd be in big trouble.
So are you a canvas guy now?
Well, I've always been a canvas guy, only because, you know, we all like to have like LED lights in our rooms, and a lot of people out there, you guys in the chat too, I'm sure, you know, who doesn't have LED lights or some kind of lighting in their room. And I love that canvases don't reflect freaking light. And you can have the best museum quality glass there is. And I'm sure Justin could probably tell us a little bit about this too, especially with all of his graded stuff. And, you know, well, I don't know, maybe they use higher quality stuff with your really expensive stuff. But everything just reflects light like crazy. If you have canvas, it absorbs the light, it brightens it up, and you could see it without reflection. So I just want to pause for a second and thank Lane Kramer for our $2 super chat. Are you getting the 1.6 Mark 6 and gantry, or just the 1.6? What's MC stand for? Just the regular?
Yeah, the standard.
So Lane Kramer, thank you. And yes, you guys can super chat us now if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to, but you know what we'll do something fun if you super chat us. I don't know. We'll give it all back to the community anyway. So I put in my pre-order for the 1.6 gantry with John. I think the day it came out or the day after it came out. And I know Shane's not getting it. John, have you sold out of all of them yet?
Just about. I think I got a few left, but yeah, I'm gonna get one too, because these kind of 2.0s they're doing are unbelievable. So.
Oh yeah. Johnny, would you buy one of those?
I actually way back then I actually had that on pre-order, and once again this was in high school, and being a guy who was trying to impress a lot of ladies, I actually went on a date, well, let me back that track, a meetup, I'll say that.
Okay.
And I think the transaction was like for Friday, and Friday football, and Saturday was date night and whatnot. And by the time, long story short, the transaction bounced because I didn't move money over because I went on a date, and I actually forgot about it until like probably 2 weeks after. And I was like, oh man. So no, it kind of like the Batmobile. It was just like the waiting game. So definitely for this one, for sure, absolutely. I mean, it's beautiful. I always said this scene and Iron Man 2 when Tony's coming down from the airplane, the C-130, and when he's just like, it's good to be back. You know, I always felt that those two scenes were so iconic, and no one has really done them. So this is definitely capturing one of them. So I mean, absolutely. It just goes down to priority, but if I would definitely pre-order through John, and definitely get this.
Yeah, it's good stuff. When John, when John inevitably sells out, obviously all of our good friends are also selling it. Marcos, and then whoever else you patron. But I'd highly recommend this one, Lane. And I think the gantry looks great, and it's USB powered, and it comes with more details than the original Mark 6. And I know that there are not even 1/6 scale collectors out there who are just buying this because it's such a cool diorama piece.
Yeah.
So kudos to Hot Toys for doing a great job. This is a Beast 51 asks, Mike, are the newer busts from Queen still have the arc reactor that you have to charge? My Mark 50 is that way. Yes. The Mark 85 is that way. You have to pop it out and charge it. Much to, my disappointment, the full size Mark 7 is that way. You have to, it has that little plunger. You push it in, it comes out, and you have to charge it. That guy right behind me. So I'm assuming that the Mark 7 bust is the same way. I'm pretty sure the Mark 3 bust is the same way. The only bust that isn't like that is the Rescue, the Pepper bust, where the arc reactor is actually built in. Granted, it's not a detailed arc reactor. It's just literally like a clear frosted window. But it is plugged in, or it's powered through the charger, which is nice. The weird thing, though, is that you have to still use the Queen Studios remote to turn it on, to turn all the other lights turn on, except for the arc reactor. And I have like 10 of these floating around my rooms, which is fine.
Can you turn them on all at once?
Hold on.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Johnny.
I was just going to say, can you turn them on all at once with one remote?
Yes, because when I stand in front of my room, the Thanos glove will go on, the Mark 7 will go on, that'll go on. Yeah, so it's the same IR channel.
I mean, it's gonna sound like a rich problem, but just imagine Mike just going one by one by one by one. I mean, that'll take forever.
Well, you know, the other thing too is if you have Govee lights and you have the Govee little IR thing, and Justin may know about this. It actually controls the Govee lights too. So the lights on my TV will change like blue, red, green, whatever, as I'm turning Thanos and all this on and off. So
Oh, wow.
it's all the same IR, which is
That's
fine.
cool.
It's not a big deal. So yeah. So Lane, thank you for that. We really appreciate that. Let's
What were you gonna say,
see.
Shane?
Yeah.
I just said it sounds like a design flaw.
So that's something that John from Queen Studios talked about. He knows that everyone is kind of pissed about like the little battery, watch batteries and the quarter scales. And they did rectify that with the Mark 50, where it's 2 or 3 AAAs in the base and then the body plugs in. The Mark 42, which I just showed you guys, it's still batteries, but it's the watch batteries directly into the body, which is, it's not bad. It's better than like the Mark 7 is a disaster. It's like, okay, you got to put one on the head, you got to put one in the chest, you got to put one in the hand, you got to put one in the other hand, you got to put one in the knee. That was the poorest design. Great statue.
What's
Beautiful
the reason
statue.
they can't just make everything plug in?
He didn't have a good reason. He said that they're investigating it and they're going to try to make it better for collectors. My theory is that repairability potential and parts replacement. That's just my guess.
Because for Sideshow, they had like the USB connection, right? When you did the legs and the hips and all that.
Sideshow's Mark 7. You just plug it in. You're good.
Because
Yeah,
I'm
the whole
trying to think
damn
back.
thing lights up.
Yeah, because I think all Sideshow life-size pieces that have light ups like that, they all connect, or they don't have the components like that. It's interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's engineering stuff. But okay, so get this. So that Iron Man, those little pieces I was showing you that were drying, the guy who's commissioning it, it's all internally wired and it plugs into USB-C. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if a guy can,
if they could give us both options, you know, if you don't want to run wires, give us batteries in the base or something. I don't know.
right?
Do you think the Australian switch up takes effect?
Yeah, that could be an issue.
I wouldn't be surprised. I want to show you guys 2 more things real quick, and I'll get to Bat Kid Voodoo in a second. Remember I told you guys I was doing the Mark 46 with the Tony Stark RDJ silicone bust. This is again, I think ahead of schedule. He said he was going to try to have it done for me or at least shipped by my birthday, which is the end of March. The mask, just like the Cinemaquette, you can see it kind of goes up. And then as the mask goes up, the lights go off. As the mask goes down, the lights go on, just like the Cinemaquette. Obviously, RDJ's face is going to be behind there. And I mean, obviously, this is the very, very rough cast, but work in progress pictures, pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think this is going to turn out great. This is Walt Stallone, and so you know Walt Wizard. He's the one that did that. If anyone's a Star Wars fan here, it's the prequel Yoda where he's holding the lightsaber full silicone. Yeah. That's the greatest Yoda I've ever seen. You know,
he's out of Brazil, right?
He's out of Brazil. Yep.
Right. Really
humble guy, really nice guy. You know, a master of the craft. He's been doing this for years.
So I have to quickly ask you, because when I first saw that rendering, I thought about it, and I don't think you have it in your collection. I may be wrong though. But would you ever consider a Midas Iron Man?
Like full size or like statue?
Whatever scale. It's just that one's really unique, and I don't think I've ever heard you talk about it yet.
I had the 1/6 when I was like mostly a 1/6 collector, and then I sold it. And now that I'm doing Iron Man again, I'll get it back in 1/6. And then I think it would be cool to have at least a bust of, because it's so different. Can you imagine like the Mark II when Queen Studios reveals that this year, the all silver, and then have like a Midas like all gold bust, which I'm sure Walt or one of these guys could help with. Yeah, I would definitely be interested. That would be very cool. Very, very cool. Cool. Let's see. Bat Kid Voodoo. Mike, you consider actual commission painting originals? I feel like your thrill-seeking acquisition syndrome demands. I would. The thing is, I'm not very creative. I know what I like when I see it. I don't know how to pull something out of my head and be like, I want you to do this. But if someone had an idea and wanted to share with me, yeah, I'd commission it. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. It'd be
You ever
really
seen
cool.
Dodgeball?
Yeah, of course.
With Ben Stiller,
Yeah,
his
of course,
office.
man.
I
Classic.
could definitely see Mike commissioning like himself, but like in the Iron Man suit, just
Oh,
like
this
walking around or
is me
something.
taking the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
Well, dude. Well, okay. So to be fair, all the artwork that you've been seeing, you know, with me and the Iron Man, all that stuff, I commissioned Payne to do that, and it's all him. He came up with it, but I was just like, hey, man, make me a cool logo, and so here he is. Massive congrats! Super proud of you guys for hitting 1K. Happy for y'all. Thank you, Payne, and thank you for your artwork. And you know, and Payne, we commissioned Payne to do all of our logo work here too. So all that you see here is all him. So yeah, I like commissioning stuff. It's fun. Very tempted to PO this from John. Do it 1/6 do it. I was thinking of getting the Mark 6 with the gantry, but I'm probably going to get Mark 6 by itself since the price point. Lane, I don't know, man. John, do you see that maybe the numbers of Hot Toys are being decreased, or at least allocations to the US?
Yeah, I think what they're doing is they're having a small window of time of where they're taking orders and then cutting off. They're not saying, you know, we're going to add on a couple thousand. They're just not going to throw it in the warehouse anymore and blow it out.
Got it.
I think they're finally wising up to, you know, getting hooked with all those figures and having to blow them out, to where people have literally got out of the game of pre-ordering, to where now we're seeing pre-orders sell out and people are starting to, you know, Hot Toys is becoming collectible again. So you see a lot of people kind of coming back.
And it makes it more fun because it's kind of like, oh crap, I missed this one. And then it's like, well, dang, John, do you have it? Or, you know, do you have it? And you reach out. So it's, when you can get something for like 2 years after and get it for 40% off, like there are some figures I'm literally waiting to just drop to 30 to 35% off on Sideshow's daily sale. And, you know, why not? Because they're going to stay in stock. And I do want to talk about that with that PCS Iron Man. We can get into that, I'm sure. But let's see. After the Hot Toys Hulkbuster, I stay away from any pieces with watch batteries. Oh, yeah. Do you... Now, let's see. We've all owned or own Hot Toys. Do you guys, let's see, Justin, do you put the batteries in, or do you just say screw
Yeah,
it?
I've got it in up there.
You do?
I get it set, yeah. I just don't have it turned on, but I've got the batteries in it.
Okay. It's a lot of batteries.
Justin,
It's
do you still order Hot Toys, or have you moved on?
No. Only Hot Toy I got left was I pre-ordered it like I want to say October or September, and it was Tommy Shelby from the Peaky Blinders. And I think it was I got it off Sideshow. I forget what company it was making it, but they've delayed. But that's the only one I got because I love that show.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a badass. If people don't know who that is, he plays Scarecrow, you know, in the Batman movies.
What'd you think of the last season, Justin?
Oh man,
I liked them all.
Disappointed in
I liked them all. Me and my wife we watched them. We loved it.
It felt like they went in a different direction. And,
well, they did because the girl got killed.
Pretty disappointed in it.
Yeah. Nah, not in the thing. I'm talking about in real life. So.
Oh, she did?
Oh yeah, she died. Some kind of weird complication. This one person in it, and she died in real life. So the whole cast and crew was like heartbroken, and they basically wasn't going to do a season. And then they decided to do it in honor of her. So it just wasn't the same, but it's still a badass show. I think you got 6 seasons, 7 seasons, so it's worth to watch.
I think it's 6.
But you'll like it.
Well, yeah, I haven't finished it.
It's a great show.
100%. I got this cool, I'm going to call it a art passion piece from a pretty cool artist, and it's going to go in my cigar room. But it has
that's pretty cool.
It has I'll just send it to you. It's hard to describe, but it's really cool. Yeah. I like that.
What's funny, the theme song of that, I found out, we was playing today, me and my wife, we had it on, and the theme song of the show, it makes no sense. So they got lucky when they found that. Like the guy that made it, it's like, I watched the video of it, and everything he's doing makes no sense. But then when they play it to the show, it's perfect because they're walking through the foundry and they're walking through, and you see the steel factories and you see all the stuff. So so wild how that works.
What you think, John?
This question here.
Yeah.
What's it not on that? I don't think so. I think it's pretty sweet, but yeah, they both definitely have the hook nose for sure. I don't think the nun beats the penguin, but
Yeah, it looks just like the guy from that movie back when we were kids.
Danny.
DeVito. Yeah.
Is that the statue with just the head?
Yeah, he's on a
Yes.
stick.
Yeah.
John, do you have that? Do you have
But
that
the
available?
face is awesome.
Yes.
the penguin.
The stick is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
for it being a mask, I think they really captured it close to. I mean, a
Yeah.
full size head sculpt.
Wait, it's a
mean,
mask?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you see, like that's the thing. It's so good. I think in the back of the head, you could put some extra cushioning back there to make it a little bit more fuller. But
Wait,
it
so this
looks
is something
awesome.
you can put on your head and wear?
I
Or is it like a
don't-
collectible mask?
Well, as far as I know, it's just well, I don't think you could put it on, but I know it has his hairline all the way back here, and then it's all hand punched hair here. But as in like silicone, it goes from like here, and then it just goes from like his jawline to like right here. And it's not like a full head.
I don't think you can put it on. That's what I kind of found a little odd about it. That it's a mask, but it's a statue that you display. It's kind of odd, but whatever.
I think they're
It
getting
looks
away
good.
with.
It's well done.
I think they're trying to do their best with. It's not a bust, but it's the closest thing to a bust.
It should cut down the price a lot. So
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
sure.
you put a
Yeah.
hat. You got a hat on it, and I think you can take the hat off. The top hat.
What I found cool was like the opal. I may be saying it totally wrong, but like the little
Eye.
opal eyeglass. Yeah, it's
Oracle.
magnetic.
Or
Yeah, the oracle.
what do
yeah,
you call it? Monocle.
Monocle.
It's
Monocle. There you go.
monocle.
I
Yeah,
know
there
it
you
was like something cool.
Yeah, you can
But
do that now.
yeah, the monocle it's magnetic, so you never have to worry about like a slight movement and it's like falling over. I think that's really dope.
I love this. It's not wearable. It's a decapitated head.
Yeah, if they had some kind of like tapered stuff, like you know how the Superman or Queen, if somehow they had something tapered, nobody would be making fun of it. But with the lollipop looking stick coming out, that's why people are.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be someone out there that's going to have like enough. I don't want to say resin, but like silicone to make like the neck
Yeah.
part, and they could
Right.
probably make a 1-to-1 like whole body and all that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Sure,
But
dude.
it's a sick,
Face is
sick,
spot
sick
on.
piece.
Yeah.
It literally is. I mean, what
Infinity
other
Studios
bust?
needs to get them for that Harley and redo it.
Mm-hmm.
What other
Mhm.
bust? I mean, could y'all say that comes close to like likeness on that?
Bust?
Yeah, bust in general, likeness to a character.
Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah, Queen Studios.
yeah,
Alita.
Thanos is amazing.
'Cause
Top let's see, top
Alita.
bust and likeness in my collection that I've seen in hand is Thanos, Alita, and then I don't know if you'd count this, but Queen Studios Iron Man. It's not. It's a machine. It's not a man. It's not
Yeah,
a
it's kind of
person.
hard.
But I would say that it's damn good. Better than Sideshow.
I was gonna say Joaquin's Joker. That one's pretty sick.
Queen Joaquin.
The Queen
is-
one, yeah, it's excellent.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in hand, but in all photos, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
They
mean-
really got that mugging eye and the cheekbones. It looks very sinister.
Mm.
Yeah, Queen, I mean, for bus wise, I think they're just, I mean, we'll get into the Infinity thing, but honestly,
What do you want?
honestly, my favorite bus company is Blue Box Hyper.
Oh,
That
yeah,
has
of course.
The Nun,
With-
the Pennywise, and my seeds, like all of them are just spot on.
Yeah.
No flaws. So
I never heard of them, if I'm being honest.
You've never heard
Infinity's
of them?
busts are good with masks on them. Without masks, they're.
let me see if I can grab Caesar real quick.
Oh,
Because
yes.
the Batman I had that Mike still has, but I broke, it was
Uh-huh.
nice. But so,
Johnny,
I mean,
if John
the
drops
mask.
this, he's going to be pissed at you.
I know. I'll just say I have to go. Well, you know, ECC has some pretty cool busts too, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Cinemacat ECC. Okay, here we go.
Please don't drop. Ah, that's sick.
Oh, that is good.
Dang.
Fuck,
Dude,
that's
that-
good, man.
John, is that silicone?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow, that's
wow,
really good, John.
That's really good.
Yeah, I debated because they did a war paint version too. This is like the old version of Caesar.
Yeah.
And this ended up selling out first, and somebody ended up giving up their pre-order, so I got this one.
Are you
Yeah,
getting
I'm
the
still-
war paint too?
I'm thinking of getting the Koba one in war paint.
That's
So-
cool.
Wait, this company
Sick.
did the Lurts? They did the Lurts, right?
No, they didn't do alerts. They
That's
haven't
custom.
done. They don't
Oh,
do
okay.
a ton. They mainly stick to horror stuff. Mainly, they did that life-size Kratos. I don't know if you guys saw the pictures of that, but that was good. I think they did. They did a Dragon Ball Z one, Mike. I sent you.
Oh, that's right.
So-
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. So I know I think their next project is they're doing another Pennywise with like the mouth open.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
I think
wow.
I'm good. I have the standard one, and I'm happy with that one. So
That's
Dude,
a
that
beautiful
looks
bust.
really good.
Yeah, it looks
I would like
nice.
to see them tackle the Marky Mark Planet of the Apes, the main villain with the
Mhm.
helmet, the weird interesting helmet. That would be cool. But that's a
Oh,
beautiful
yeah,
bust, John.
yeah. So
There we go. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Wow. Dang. See, the more you know. That's awesome.
Yep, learning every day.
Yeah, those
All right,
movies
John.
were really good. I liked them.
You know, Planet of the Apes has been one of the few franchises where, I mean, besides the older movies, who some may seem as duds because they're not as fast, but they're really a great underrated franchise.
Yeah, that trilogy is probably a top 3 trilogy for me. Every time I watch
Wow.
it, it's up there for me.
Wow.
You know, I didn't even know this until, like I said, I'm a big cinema guy, so I hear like the audio and like how they do things and whatnot. And
Mhm.
they did an interview with Sony or something, Dolby Atmos. They had Matt Reeves and the guy who, like sound producer and all that, who made the majority of the sounds. Them two did Planet of the Apes together. I did not know that, and it made sense. I was like, whoa, like that's a great pairing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Is
Here's
that for the
Kratos.
studio?
I think they did. Because they're from they're from South America somewhere, but they only do like this stuff. They'll do one-offs, but when they do their bus, they only do like 40 max. So
That looks like hand punched hair.
see,
Oh,
this is the one I'm probably gonna get.
cool.
So
I like that one.
That's cool.
yeah, and there's just the standard one. So
Yeah, I think
I
the
like the
war
war
paint
paint.
one's. Yeah, I think it wins on that one.
trying to think what else they've done. Let's see here.
Damn, but that Kratos is sick. Dang.
Oh, there we
Would-
go.
would-
There's Darth Maul 2.0.
Fucking Darth.
No, it's
That looks really
it's from
Darth Maul
Insidious.
on meth.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, I could go with the
it's
Harley
from-
bust. You could put that and a Harley
Yeah.
next to each other. It'd look good.
This is from Insidious. If you haven't seen that, but looks good. It's not for me.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, that's a beautiful art piece, but I think I'm good.
See, there's a war paint one. It still looks really good.
Damn. I like to see them do a Star Wars. I mean, that would be sick.
Yeah, I need to ask them what else they're doing. COVID kind of slowed them down. It took me forever to get this nun bust. Took like almost 2 years, I think. COVID.
That nun bust is one of my favorite busts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's so
Yeah,
well
it's
done.
insane.
Wow.
Yeah, when I
That's-
got it, my daughter was like not having it.
Yeah, mine
Now-
wouldn't either.
now
Something like
she's
that.
cool with
Or
it.
my wife.
I have it in the corner now, so it's not easily viewable when you walk in. So
My wife
Yeah.
would make me throw that away.
we're big on Halloween, so I get a pass. So
That's cool.
John, did you play the Parent Trap of like if you don't behave, she's gonna come see you kind of thing?
Go sit in a
No.
room with it.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Turn the
sit
lights
in a
off.
room. You get 5 minutes in the closet with the nun.
Oh man, damn.
So good.
No, but
they
I'm
go to
sure-
school and tell their teacher.
I'm sure my kids to see
Yeah.
that. But my kids are
Yeah.
used to it.
Oh, I remember that when you guys were
Did
looking
they?
at that a while back
I remember seeing this.
before they had paint.
Wait, Mike didn't get that? Oh, can you click on that? Dude, check that out.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Damn, that's not bad at all.
No.
I mean, if we work the hair a little bit, dang, look at that.
Yeah. Could you imagine if whoever started doing a Star Wars bus like this?
Dude, I'm telling
It'd be
you,
a
that's
problem.
that's the
They
next
sell
big
out.
hit. That's the next big hit of who's gonna do Star Wars, because I mean the original fans, I mean, they're still alive, but now they have money, so like
Yeah.
it,
Here's my
Yeah.
Pennywise.
That's a
Do
great
the-
statue.
do the eyes light up?
Yeah, mine freaking though when I
Oh.
got it, something happened. Only one of the eyes lights up, but I'm not a light up guy anyway, so
That's even
They
creepier.
kinda-
That's awesome.
yeah. What else did they do? Night King.
Oh,
They
that
never
Night King
came
is
out with
cool.
this. I don't know if this is coming down the line or what, but
Dude, that is sick.
Man, that's so good.
Wow, man, what an underrated company. I mean, first time
most people,
hearing them.
I don't even know how I heard about them. I stumbled upon them somewhere, and so
John, how much was that nun?
2K.
Okay.
So for bus speaking, they're really cheap. Like I got this Pennywise for 2K, and also my Caesar was 2K with all the hair on it. So
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
plus there's
No.
only 40 made, so you know.
I think the ultimate test for them, and I think with what you showed me so far, I think they could handle it, is a Predator.
Oh yeah, maybe I
I
should
think they could
start.
handle a Predator.
They don't
That'd
weigh
be
like 200
insane.
pounds either, do they?
No,
Because you
they're
picked that other one up easy.
they're light. Yeah, they're really light.
John's really strong.
Yeah, that too. But
No, John has the dad arm carrying all the kids all the time.
Yeah.
Them
So
Infinity
Strength
ones,
of
man, they're
men.
like a rock.
yeah,
Some of them.
but anywhere. Mike, we
that's
lose
cool. So
Mikey.
Mike said he'll be back.
Okay. But anyway,
Mike quit. He took fucking Lane's $2. That was his plan this whole time. He's fucking
Retired.
done.
Well, the funny thing
Yeah.
is, YouTube takes like 40 to 60% of that.
Joke's on Mike then.
Yeah. Yep. Trying to think what we want to hit before Mike comes back. I don't really want to start going through the new stuff. Guess we can look at the penguin real quick.
There it is, yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think it looks good. It's weird to me that it's just a head, but
Yeah,
the head itself looks really good.
I just feel like it's pricey for what it is. Like
Yeah.
$1,500.
It
I
seems
don't
like
know.
a lot. Like
Yeah.
when you just told us what you paid for your statues, it's
Mhm.
$500 cheaper than your nun statue.
Yeah.
But it
Granted,
makes me wonder, like, did they get like an actual like licensed, or like they went to the studio and they got like his actual sculpt? Because I mean, this looks way too good.
mhm.
Those look really good.
Yeah, it's
And
very good.
And I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys have owned any Pure Arts. I'm still waiting on the T1000 bus that they did.
From people that I've talked to, they said they're like kind of like Ant and man, I forgot his company's name, but like Ant, you know how they're like underrated.
PCS.
PCS, there you go. Pure Arts is kind of the same thing. They're kind of like that hidden company there.
So I have this on order.
See, that one in the liquid looked really dope.
Oh, those look
That's-
really good.
I actually saw a picture of where Patrick signed the collar. It looks pretty cool.
I'm doing the Lord of the Ring ones too. Sauron and Witch King.
Nice.
I just
Those look
like how
great, yeah.
how they incorporate the bases. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Do the bases
like-
light up or no?
I think so.
Yep.
Damn,
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
that is sick.
This is what I'm gonna have to settle with while Mike has the real thing. Unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure you can actually carry that to your room, unlike the real thing.
When's it coming in, Mike?
That's a good question. A couple months, maybe.
I know Randy isn't the biggest guy out there, but I saw his picture that he posted with three boxes, right?
Oh yeah,
Man,
3
that's
huge
insane.
boxes. Yeah, the Mina Smorgel that looks really good. It lights up green, I think. Yeah,
That's
that
the
looks,
one. Okay,
that
yeah,
looks good.
that's sick. Gollum.
Yeah.
Hey, I was thinking, because I think I mentioned to you, Mike,
Mhm.
I'll probably get down the road a graduation gift, the One Ring, the actual like $5,000 prop.
Oh
It's
wow.
like the actual gold and whatnot. I think that's a worthy college gift, right? Yeah, I would think so.
I'd say so. $5,000. That sounds like a good deal.
Because they're into that. But I actually saw that they did a 1-to-1 Gollum. Um,
Oh,
the Treebeard company, Weta.
Weta.
They did a 1-to-1 Gollum. I didn't know that.
Was it extremely limited? Because I've seen what you're talking about.
I just saw it on the website. I don't think it showed me the ES on it, but I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
You know, Weta did like a lot of the design for the actual movies.
Right.
Like they were involved, and so they said when you buy a Weta piece, you're buying a piece of the movie as well. So I wouldn't be surprised. But a 1-to-1 Gollum, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, this is dope. This is cool.
This
Love
is
the
very
movie.
cool.
So it is quarter scale.
Who's making this?
PCS.
Okay, cool.
So.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah.
I mean,
It's
the
just
bloody
makes it
version's
hard,
way
man.
gone.
I love PCS, but man, it makes it hard when they come out with multiple versions. I mean, I still have both leather faces. I haven't unboxed them yet, but
But you know, at least they come out with them at the beginning and let you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the transparency. I respect that.
Yep.
Not a Prime 1 move, yeah.
Yeah,
Not a
we're
prime
gonna
one
make it
can't
blue
move.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nah, the bloody version's the way to go.
I like the blood
Bloody, oh,
for sure.
yeah.
I mean, it's American Psycho.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think if the biggest thing is if the statue was like a switch out arm and it had the chainsaw, I mean, then like you would have to like choose really, right? If it was only like this version or that version. But I mean, the bloody version's the way to go on this.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is very cool.
I did have pulled up just Aunt Adams post about. So that'll be interesting to see.
What gets me is when he says to be a market distributor. Like, what does he mean by that?
Disruptor.
Disruptor. I'm sorry.
I read
Yeah.
distributor the first time too.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's why
I'm
they
like,
made
oh,
it
shit,
so
he might be
interesting.
drinking from Sideshow.
Well, yeah. But it's like, what is he going to do? Disrupt? Like, okay, the market's pretty big right now, so he must be having something really cool or doing something really crazy. I hope so. Maybe he'll come on and tell us about it.
Yeah.
I just give it to Ed. I mean, he's doing stuff that hasn't been done, and he's not afraid to do it.
That's true.
Yeah, like their turtle line, you know, I think that's going to be a sought after line because it's not very, the ES isn't very big on it. So I actually get my RAF this week, so
Wow,
that'll be nice.
You know, the new Iron Man, it's the video game one, but they're only 150 ES a piece. 150 for the standard, 150 for the collect or the exclusive. So
yeah,
I'm trying to hold off because Sideshow fixed their issue. You know how like Sideshow, it's like all in stock stuff, 15% off for veterans, or here's this coupon and it works, all in stock stuff, but not really. And before it would work, and before the military, would work as well. But now they fixed it, so when something hits, it'll say no promos available. And I don't know what their wait time is, and if anyone does, let me know. But the Mark 46 hot toy was no promo available for a while, and it just changed, and then I was able to get the military discount. But I'm like hoping like 15% off of 1950 or however much that PCS Iron Man is. That's a pretty big deal. But then will it sell out before it actually qualifies for promos? I don't know.
I'm gonna pull
You know
that
what
up
I
real
find
quick.
sad? I find it sad that Tweeterhead came out with a Two-Face before Sideshow.
I
Why is
know,
that?
huh?
That's sad.
I mean, Tweeterhead does pretty good Batman stuff.
But is Sideshow even coming out with anything now?
Well, they still do
But I don't
pieces. They did their Nightcrawler,
They just did that Iron Spider.
the Iron Spider, yeah.
Well, as in their Batman line, because they had the Rogues Gallery line going on pretty good, and then they started switching up the bases, right?
Well, I mean, did they though? How many pieces did they actually come out for? And they did tease that that they leaked that Poison Ivy.
Oh, really? Damn.
Mike, did you decide what one you? I know you've been.
Yeah,
back and
I'm
forth.
gonna go with the X. I just like the little
Okay.
touches of silver and stuff.
I
think it
just, I
pops
just think
more.
it's different. It just it's Mark 46.
Yeah.
Or 40. Is it 47?
Yeah, 46, 40, 47. Yeah.
47. Yeah, just that kind of silvery tone to it.
Yep. And
It's
when you
different.
have a ton of other Iron Man stuff, it's nice to have variation, and that's
It's a
Yeah.
nice contrast. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I like collecting Iron Man stuff and Marvel stuff, because there's lots of colors and lots of variation. You know, when it was just Star Wars only, it's black and white
Mhm.
and dirt pretty much, which is fine.
Yeah, and only 150. I mean,
That
that's
sounds
that's where
perfect to me, Mike.
That's
It's
where
not bad.
PCS does it right.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
a win.
So
Mhm. Oh,
We
and
should
other
sell-
thing about this statue, 2 freaking pieces, the body
Mm.
and the base, well, and the USB cord. So
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, sorry. The fins are detachable. So, okay, it's like 5 pieces. But still, so nice to build something like that versus when Justice Buster gets here on Wednesday. I probably won't even get to start the damn thing because I know it's going to be like a 3-hour ordeal. Yeah, so
yeah. Do you have a spot for this?
I do. I have a spot in mind right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's empty, so I can order it. I'm just debating, do I wait and see if it qualifies for the
wait.
military discount? That's and I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be like, hey, Sideshow sends out those emails. It's like, better get it now or else it's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
What's
So,
the ES?
150?
150 on both, so 300 in total.
Mike, I would
Between
not wait.
You think it's going to sell that quick? It's $2,000.
Put it this way, if it does, you're saving what if you get the 15%, $170?
Well, no,
It's like 200.
200. Hold on.
Is it
2,000
I don't know what the
10%.
price is, so
About
It's
300
about
bucks,
2K.
man.
it's 2K.
Yeah, it's that's why. Yeah, it's 2K.
Okay, so $300. If it sells out, and that's 150 pieces worldwide, if that sells out, you're paying a lot more than $300 to fucking buy it
Yeah,
afterwards.
That's true. That's very
Yeah.
true. That's very true.
Enabler.
No, I just know he wants it. He's an Iron Man fan. It's Iron
Mhm.
Mike. It's fucking Iron Mike over here.
That's true. Damn,
Real
Iron
Iron
Mike. Dang, no more Doctor. It's Iron Mike now. Yeah,
That's okay.
That's the
It's
name.
Iron Mike amongst friends. Yep.
But yeah, I would jump on that if I was you. ES of 150. I mean, fuck, man.
It's impressive. Yeah.
There's a lot of Iron Man fans out there.
That's true.
Definitely a future girl for sure.
This looks good. T-Rex.
We don't use that word on this show.
Oh no.
No, I'm just fucking with you. There's nothing banned on this show, like literally nothing.
This is a cool concept. I like this.
Oh, the when you gotta go statue. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I just remembered? I think it's Queen. Queen is doing the Chris Evans or Chris something with blue 1/4.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier stealth.
No, from Jurassic World.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I forget
really?
his last
Oh, that's right. No, it's not.
Chris
It's not
Pratt.
Queen. It's Infinity.
name. Is it Infinity?
Yeah, remember because they came out with it and everyone's like, who's this? This is like Chris Frat or Chris Splat or, you remember? Do you remember that?
Okay, yeah. Queen is doing the baby blue, right?
Queen is doing baby blue. Yeah, blue
Blue.
and
That's right,
beta.
that's right.
Yeah, which actually looks, I think, pretty good. I'm considering it. I'm thinking. I can sleep on it. It's not going to sell out overnight. I have a lot of things I need to do for Todd, so that's why I'm not doing anything just quite right now. But we'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah. I think the Prime 1, the T-Rex standing over the other dinosaur, I think that's shipping right now. I saw somebody
Nice.
put that.
Is it the one you have, John? It's the final scene of
It's that
Jurassic
beginning.
World?
It's the beginning scene of is it the second Jurassic World where they're like run where the
Oh.
volcano?
Fallen
Oh,
Kingdom.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the little ball.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that one was cool.
Yeah, I have that. I don't know that that's my favorite one though. So
Fair enough.
we'll see.
Yeah.
This is for Johnny.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Now that I got Wonder Woman, I'm kind of tempted.
My only thing that I wish they could change on this bust, and I'm pretty sure they are, is where his cape is. That little black line on the collar, right there. If it could go over, I want to say in the movie it goes over.
Is that accurate or no? Oh, I'm sure. It's hard.
I want to say it is. It's just I've had too much on my mind. Well, not on my mind, but like to get done that I haven't personally looked. But I want to say the actual cape goes over that line.
John, if you have,
I may be wrong.
John, you have the Wonder Woman. This is going to match that perfectly, and you know that they're probably going to. Oh, hold on. Did we see their the Batman? Oh, their Batman is old, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the first one, I believe. Yeah.
So,
but I could do without it. I'm not a huge fan of that Batman.
They may come out with a 2.0, like the 2.0 Loki.
I personally think they will, because on the Batman, they said that, I think John said it at the time, that why didn't y'all do a cape, like a full-on cape? Because the bust actually cuts off the cape part. I think they probably will do a 2.0.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But the coolest thing is, you obviously know Superman's going to go in the middle because he has kind of like that look-down portrait. So you could have like a little riser, have Gal to the right, Ben to the left. I mean, that's an
sick
awesome
trinity.
setup. Yeah.
I don't know. I like the armless bust. I just think they're clean.
They definitely are clean.
That's what I was going to ask y'all is, what is a bust to y'all? Is a bust like a queen bust in a sense where it's shoulder and then chest portrait, or is a bust arm, from the hips up? Because I think that's like a half scale, piece, in my opinion. I've always felt that a true bust is something like this.
The Wonder Woman, though, is an exception, I think. With how the arms are inside, and not out. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think because she's such a feminine character that if she would just be standing straight, it would kind of look like a male kind of, stance going on there. But I think the arms is, if
you're getting into a huge space commitment, with the half torso, you need to really love that damn character, or there needs to be something really special about their arms, like the Queen Captain America. Okay, you got the hammer and you got the shield. That makes perfect sense. With the Thanos, you have single arm. You have the gauntlet. Makes perfect sense. I'm kind of going more the way with John's thinking now, where, a lot of people like to pair a bust with a statue. And, when you have the double arms, you're easily doubling, the width or the depth. And there's just something clean about these. So I actually have the Vision bust coming in pretty soon, and I'm excited about that because it doesn't take up a lot of space. I love my 3 Spider-Man, the Venom, the Carnage, and the Queen Spider-Man, because you get so much detail just from the bust. You don't need the arm, and the Spider-Man has the arm because it's shooting the web slinger. So it depends. I'm kind of like soured by Infinity right now, so I'm saying move away from Infinity, but I still think Queen makes the better bust, period.
Dang, and not to interrupt your flow, but as you said, your Spider-Man bust, technically you have another trinity there, because both Venom pieces mirror each other, right? And then you can have Spider-Man in the background on the visor. That's cool.
Yeah, I love that. Those 3 pieces will never be sold, and they'll never be separated either. They're perfect.
To be fair, you've said that about other pieces that you have sold and are selling.
You had to bring it up.
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing it out.
You're
Just saying,
right.
I believe you said that about the Xerxes Prime when you unboxed it. That this will never leave my collection.
Yeah, but that's okay. So if I decide to sell one of those, all three of them need to go.
That's
So
fair.
it's not going to be like, I'm selling Spider-Man, unless they do like Spider-Man 2.0 or like a more realistic version. I guess they have that already. They have the Tom Holland. But anywho, no, I would sell all three together. Or you know what I mean.
Mike,
To
But
answer
how
your
many-
question, Johnny, as far as I'm concerned, either you have a statue or you have a bust. I don't care if the bust is from the waist all the way up with 2 arms, 1 arm, 3 arms, just the chest. It's either a statue or a bust, as far as I'm concerned. What's up, Sick?
What's up, Sick?
Oh, definitely.
I'm getting them all. There we go.
This
He
is
really
my
is.
favorite show. Yeah.
So Sick is like literally only doing life-size busts now, which, because he put up that post about selling the war tank, and I was the first one to be like, what the hell? Why? And then, his argument's the same as ours. Well, it's a material thing. You can come back and get it later if you change your mind.
Yeah.
That's true.
And just so
yeah.
everyone knows, this Thursday, Collector's Corner, there's going to be a huge statue sale going down, Collector's Corner.
Live.
So tune in on Thursday, Sick Mansion Collectibles.
Damn.
Just snag yourself a good deal. And if everyone knows Sick sells stuff at a good fucking price. He's not.
Yeah, he sells them cheaper than I do, and that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll be there Thursday night.
Mike,
We just drive down to Florida and we rent us a U-Haul and just, is that where it is? Just back it up.
Pick up some stuff. Yep. Yep.
Mike, are you going very deep in the Marvel bust line with Queen?
Yes. Yeah. Very deep.
No, John, he's not. He's doing the 1-to-1, bro.
Well,
He's doing both.
well, I'm doing both. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I would love to go back and I'd like to find that Black Panther. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Captain Marvel one. I just don't love it. So if I did find one, I'd probably pass.
Well, do you love the character? I mean,
okay. So unlike most, I actually liked the first movie. I
didn't mind it.
I thought it was pretty good. Granted, forget all the real life person stuff. Just think strictly the character.
I give it a 6.5. The movie.
Yeah, I like the character. Yeah, the movie's, to me, it's probably about a 7.5.
Okay.
But I give better scores, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, I would get. Yeah, every time Queen comes out with a Marvel bust, it's going to be hard to say no, just because they're so well done.
What if they do a 2.0? Go ahead, John.
Oh, I was going to say that Thor bust is calling my name.
Oh,
I love
that.
Thor's
You
my
need
guy.
to do that.
Yeah.
That Thor.
As I was looking at the Henry Cavill bust under Todd's Specfiction website, I was looking down at the recommended, and the Thor bust came out. I was like, let me just see the pictures. I totally forgot that Thor, obviously he lost his eye, so the eye colors are different, and they actually have it in the bust. Like the attention to detail is awesome on that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That is so cool. From Rocket Raccoon, he gives him the eye.
Justin, are you doing any bust, or are you going to stay away from him?
Well, I had the Affleck until I blew it up, broke it. I got his head down.
Right. That's all right.
I do have the Pattinson. I paid in full for that just because I like that movie.
Nice.
If I get any more, it'll probably be like with the arm looks like this. Because he's right. When you got them busts and you got the arms, you have to like angle them.
Yes.
There's certain angles to get them to fit right, and you usually got to have them in a corner of your display, because if you put them in the center, you lose like a spot on this side and a spot on that side. So you could probably put 2 more there if you had one without the arms, or 2 more regular third scale
Yeah.
statues.
I am getting the Heath Ledger Joker one. That should be coming anytime.
And I was just about to say that's the next one in the Joker line, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to see Queens too. They teased theirs a while ago, so.
Oh, I was talking about Queens. I think that's an awesome piece. The 2-in-1, the bust, and then the behind. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Six said that Loki and Doctor Strange bus is shipping already. Damn.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
yeah.
that.
I saw that
damn.
they moved out their ETS dates for Queen.
Oh, well, I got both of those on order. So sweet. All right, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
His
excited.
wife's not. She's gonna say, "Where's my garage?" He's
I
gonna be
know. I
like,
need.
They told me only 2 boxes come today. I don't know why I got 20 out here.
Uh-huh.
I've had those days before. I've had those days. It's not
Now,
good.
Justin, how are you doing it with your wife and the boxes and all that? How
Well,
does
basically, my wife used to work in like a medical office, and she's like one of the people that never missed work, was always there, never complained, always filled in for somebody else. And when COVID hit, they tried to overwork their staff. Well, where I'm well off and got lucky in life, I just told her to quit work. So I just give her so much money per year. Basically, what she used to make, I give it to her every Christmas. She does whatever with it, and we just stay home and do whatever we want. So
Smart.
Nice.
So she
Smart.
just, she just basically just goes with the flow with me. So far, it's been like 17 years. So
would you like to
happy-
adopt me, Justin?
my parents get all the money. I'd have to ask. They could adopt you, not me. I already got a kid.
Yeah, there you go.
They live in a mansion, a real mansion, and they got elevators and all sorts of craziness. So you'd want to go there, not with me.
Dang, man.
Sounds like a good
That's
deal.
awesome.
North Carolina's awesome.
We'll talk about
We live in North Carolina, but where we live, it's a small population area, so we're far away from the city, at least 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
So that's another benefit. We got low cost of living where we are at.
Nice.
So
That's,
Mhm.
I mean, that's another big
wow.
thing. Low cost, and plus, I made sure we bought all the property around us. We made sure
Smart.
to annex it from the city, so they can't charge us city
Mhm.
taxes. They can't do
Yeah.
city water. All the
Brilliant.
houses we rent out, we pay for everything. We take care of
Nice.
everything. We do regular well water, everything. So, yeah.
Mhm.
Because if we had
Same
city
here.
That's
taxes,
brilliant.
it'd screw us.
Same here in
Mhm.
Texas. I know a good friend of mine. Her parents live right on the outskirts of town, and they have like a triple mansion kind of thing going in. And there I am pulling up in my Chevy Malibu, and I'm like, yeah, like I just polished the tires and all that. Then I look over and there's like a fleet of like Rolls Royces and Ferraris and stuff. And I'm
That's
like,
how it is
damn.
when you go to my parents. You're driving in something, you think your car's cool, and you go, and they're like, "Oh, I bought this today, and I bought that today," and they're like, whatever. So you get used to it, and you say, "Okay, whatever, mama."
I love
She
it.
may not look beautiful, but I'm happy with her. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyone picking this up?
No. I mean,
I
think
thought
if you
about it
would-
at first, and then I decided not to.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would pair great with the Spider-Man they're coming out with. But when is too much Venom enough?
I know.
Oh, I think
How
Venom
tall is
Vance. This is
Is it gonna be anywhere near LBS Holt or no?
no, this
Because
is
the
quarter
base.
scale. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, quarter. Oh yeah, nah.
this is gonna be too small for you.
How
Yeah.
much is
Yeah.
LBS's Hulk? What was it, like $2,000?
22,
yeah,
I think.
21,
Yeah, it's
22.
probably like 200 or 300 ship per box or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Personal connection with Venom, I think it would be wise just to save up and pay off, or not pay off, but like up the pay and get the LBS. I mean, this is cool, but the LBS is what, 1/3, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's like 38, 39 inches tall, somewhere around there. So it's gonna be really nice.
and plus
You
they're
can
making a
watch
Venom
Art's
too.
video. He lists the torsos really easy. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
moves them around, so it doesn't look like it's that bad.
You know, it's kind of crazy that this is 1829 for with version B comes with both of the torsos, so it's almost LBS, almost.
Yeah,
This is cool right here.
I do
that
like
portrait.
that. Yeah, like it a lot.
that's the winner. Yeah, in portrait.
It's a cool statue. I like it a lot. I just don't know if I love it enough. Oh well, no, I mean it's also too small.
Yeah. What about you, Shane? You like this at all?
Yeah, I think it looks really good. It's nothing I'll get.
Yeah.
I don't double characters. I already have a Hulk coming, and I have a Venom. So, and if
Find out
I
where
got
Shane
this,
lives.
I would be
Go to
very
Canada.
tempted to go down the Venomized line.
And I'm gonna take 2 characters he already has and like put them at his door and see if he
Right.
gets them. I'll set up one of them hunting cameras across the street so he can
Yeah.
catch him.
Yeah.
Shane will be like, Justin, that asshole came up here. That mother freak.
That's amazing.
And then when he leaves, I'll come in right after, and I'll leave 2 little action figures, the smallest action figures I could find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is borrow them from Mike. That's his new thing.
There you go. Yep, 1/35th scale.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. Here's what I've decided with Batman. It's gonna be movie only. I got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
So, is this something to get or no?
I think it would be wise to hold off, given that the license is just exploding. And I personally feel as the movie comes up, or if not a little bit after, Queen's going to announce something. I'm pretty sure they are.
Well, you know who else is
well-
going to announce something?
J&D.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Definitely. It's
yeah,
only a
J&D.
matter of time.
No.
And that's where I'm at with this one. For the price that they're asking for this one, for
Mhm.
just a single, that's where I'm gonna hold off.
How much is the single?
16.
16.
Ooh.
But that's a 1/3 scale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the other ones I think were like what, 12?
Well,
I
I bought
remember
that
right?
Forever. It's got Val Kilmer recently, and he was like
Mhm.
12.
Yeah.
It's not
Shipping was
silicone, right?
No.
No.
It's not silicone.
Polystone.
Okay. So is that
But,
why 1,600 for this is too much for you, but 2,600 for
But
J&D is good because
It'll be
J&D
that much
silicone?
better. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
pay
it'll
for
be
that.
that much better. Yeah.
The
Fair
third
enough.
scale rock was like 15, 16, but for the black
Well, but they
acid.
had like a flying pose. It
Two
came
head
up with a
sculpts,
light up
though.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
2 head
you also
sculpts,
gotta
light up
go.
sculpts.
This guy couldn't
And it has a
pose,
sand.
man. That suit was all. Just the technology for this suit, he could just walk. He couldn't really do nothing.
No.
It's true, but it's
That
very.
base is nice. And it's
base
got
is
lighters
nice.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has switch out hands.
It's got that little gauge looking thing where it like shows gauges on it if you're closer. I think above the bat logo.
Let's see.
But
Oh yeah, you could take out the batarang too.
that's on the Keaton.
The Keaton, yeah.
Oh, that is cool. That's a cool touch.
Right
with
there.
the
You
Keaton.
see them little gauges
Yeah.
go down
Yep.
to the bottom there? It's got 3 white circles. Them are the gauges.
Right here.
Yeah, I've seen that
Oh, that's
closer.
kinda
and
cool.
It looks like you're in that plant, but somebody said it's supposed to be the Batcave, but I don't know.
Oh, really?
I think it is supposed to be the back here.
It's definitely cool. There's no ES yet, right?
If I was
Not
gonna get one,
yet,
I'd get
no.
the suit. I don't care nothing for Keaton, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It is cool.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love
we-
to see.
We'll
Wow.
see what Darkseid does, and I'm sure J&D will hit it. So
I mean, I think the broadest indication that you have is they actually made a Keaton Bruce Wayne statue. So if that's not the biggest like exclamation point you need, here I am
Yeah.
to save the day and tell you that they are. I mean, if Prime One got the license to do it, then I'm pretty sure these other guys
Everybody.
are. It's just they're tweaking it.
Yeah,
And they have to be real low key about it.
yeah. Everyone is going to do it.
yeah, this will be like the Battinson. Everybody's
Mhm.
gonna do a version. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let's not forget when we had or was it when we did a show with Ant. Someone asked him about Michael Keaton, and I think he said that the likeness, like Michael Keaton, doesn't give his likeness out.
Yep.
And because they asked him why if he plans on doing Keaton Batman, and I'm pretty sure it was Ant who said that. And then now this is happening, so maybe PCS will fucking throw their hat in the ring and make one.
I never know. I mean, DC is pretty liberal about their license. They give it out pretty freely. So
Right.
'cause I'm pretty sure that Darkseid is going to have like in his suit just a regular head sculpt too. If I remember right.
What I found out when the DC when they were going through before the James Gunn and all that stuff, and I actually sent Mike this. Keaton was supposed to be in a Batman Beyond movie, so he had a lot of contracts going on. So I think it was inevitable. Like Keaton reminds me of like the old Hollywood, like Harrison Ford kind of persona. So it's not like he needs it, but I think now it's like, okay, I've agreed to reprise this role. Why not make a big cash out of it?
Oh, that makes sense because of the Flash movie.
Yeah.
So I haven't ordered the J&D Pattinson or the Pattinson Bruce Wayne yet, but I have the Queen version coming that I'm selling to Payne, and I'm probably just going to get the J&D, just the Pattinson in his bat suit. I'm not sure if I'll get the, just the, what's his name, the Bruce Wayne.
I think I'm getting a Prime 1.
Yeah, I've
Oh, you
got
are?
Prime 1 coming. That's
Mhm.
probably why I'll have to end up getting this one, because all them all to match the same heights.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
If
I
I
need
do
to
that,
look at
that's the
that.
only reason I'd have to stay with Prime 1. But
and that's why I would stay with J&D for me, because they're all
Right.
going to look real nice.
it's like
I
a
mean-
4 or 5 inch difference from Prime 1 to J&D. But
Oh yeah,
I mean, it depends if I want to do this Comic-Con thing, because Julie Namor is actually supposed to be coming to the Comic-Con in Austin in the summer. So I really want to get one of those art prints from Olivia De Bernardinis. I may be chopping that up, but from the sideshow, the $4,000 print, to have her sign it, because Julie's, in her 90s. So I mean, if I'm going to do anything, it's probably going to be now. But if I don't go through with that, I would probably want to get both the art version and then the actual just Patterson, because I have like the actual art print of the promo thing that Jim Lee did.
that's sweet. That's sweet.
that's the one.
There
I
it
got.
is.
Yeah.
It's $15.99 too. But
We get the head sculpt.
you do get head sculpt and some other.
Do you get a stand with the head sculpt?
I can't remember, but you're right. The bases are going to look really good together, though.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta. This is one of those things where it makes sense to pick a company and just stick with it.
Yeah, I have to,
Yeah.
because now all mine are Prime 1/3. So
Yep.
on the Batman line.
And this isn't silicone for that, is it? No.
No.
No,
I don't think
no.
so.
And it looks that
It
good
looks-
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks good. It looks good. That's gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. It's Blitzway collaboration. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same girl that does all the stuff and done The Rock and done 2 or 3
Just
other
hoping they
ones.
don't do a massacre of what they did with Wonder Woman.
Which company is doing the Patterson where he's on like the very miniature version of his car?
Queen.
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 That's
Queen,
cool.
Art,
yeah.
Art just
Yeah.
showed that one.
Yeah, they already
Mhm.
sent it.
Yeah.
It's got
Oh
the punched
boy.
hair.
This was a pleasant surprise to a lot of people, good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Sent the pot, right?
Yep.
If I was going to get one, this is the one I'd want.
This
Yeah,
looks good.
I'm gonna get this. Yeah.
I only have one question about this,
Mm.
and we just saw it in the other image, was the 10-year anniversary. Like, how many more things do they have in that 10-year anniversary that we haven't seen yet?
There's
That's
a
a great
third show
question.
sometime. I don't know when, though. Because they said
That's
part
pretty
3,
cool.
right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Part 3.
Sometime this year. So I'm
Is
guessing
it-
that'll probably close it out.
I think it's just funny they showed that one Poison Ivy at the show,
Mm-hmm.
and then we get this out of nowhere.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. You wonder if
I mean-
it'll mess with the sales of the new one, because I think most people would probably choose this one over the one where she's in that chair.
Well, to be fair, it's 1/3 compared to 1/4. So the 1/4
Oh,
collectors
true,
are still
true.
going to collect the 1/4 in the chair.
Was that one
Yeah.
part of a triple diorama piece? Is that one of the?
No.
Because I know they're starting to do those diorama pieces with like
Mhm.
3 or 4 pieces.
Yeah, because I think they're doing was it a Bane?
Yeah, they're definitely doing like a
Bane one,
throw
they had
line.
3 people.
They got Bane. They got her.
Oh yeah,
They had
Darkseid.
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 They got the Phantasm is a 3-piece
Mhm.
one.
The Penguin is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for right now, though.
Yeah,
I personally think this one's better than the original, in my opinion.
yeah, it is.
Mhm.
So this will be a nice addition.
And I think they updated some pieces here and there, like the details. That looks much nicer.
They changed the
Mhm.
hair, changed the color of the skin of it, and then they don't give you the 2 exclusives, but it does look better.
I know we'll probably
Yeah.
never get that Arkham piece, but this is definitely a great replacement
No,
one.
unfortunately. Yeah, that Arkham line kind of just collects dust on the shelf. Seems like for a lot of that stuff.
I think it was too soon, and I think it definitely grew a fandom later on. But that was a premium one.
The cool piece. Anybody have any interest in this one? Throne piece?
Still on the fence.
If I was a Star Wars collector, yeah, I'd buy it. But
Mm-hmm.
I
Here's
like
my thing
watching
with-
all the Star Wars shows and all the movies, but I just know I can't collect it if I'm gonna collect this other stuff.
Here's my thing with Darth Vader. Darth Vader is such like an awesome character, but like some people said, like he would freak him out or like whatnot. And I always been like, I guess I'm weird because as a kid I've always wanted to be the villain, never the hero. But I just always felt Darth Vader always had a simplistic outfit, and you see that with the bust that they made. So I mean, it's cool, but is the cape fabric or is it sculpted?
It's fabric, and it makes no sense to be fabric.
Then that's the killer right there. Then
It's a huge miss. It's not. You don't have to worry about weight. You don't have to worry about displaying it. It doesn't make sense why it's not sculpted. He should be all one piece with the sculpted cape sitting on the throne.
right, just put him in already. Yeah.
Yep. It makes
I
no
don't know
sense.
though.
why
I mean,
it's fabric.
I know a lot of movie guys though preferably would have fabric. Like for me, I'd rather have fabric.
I 100%.
Even on a piece like this, John, where he's sitting on a throne, and you
Yeah,
can't pose the cape or anything.
No. Yeah.
I think when it's a stationary piece like this, it makes sense. Like standing, okay, it's a toss up. Because sometimes the company, like for instance, the White Knight, Mike, you have it, the on bike. How big? Like I mean, at first I was like, that's too much, but then it goes with it. But I think when it's stationary like this, when there's not a lot going on, just make it sculpted.
It's like the Jon Snow one from Prime 1, I just think it makes it look more realistic, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Teach his own, I guess.
Well, at least they didn't do at least they didn't do like a Batman, a Wonder Woman on horse where it's like half sculpted, half actual fabric or hair or something going on here. So
I'll tell you, I do like this piece though. I think it looks good.
I like it a lot too. I just have no idea what I'd do with it.
I know it wouldn't be accurate, but like to have like an underglow of red, or at least have his chest like light up, that would be dope.
I mean, it's
And
cool.
they have the
Cool they're
swap-out
adding the
portrait.
heads. Yeah, that's cool.
Which is surprising because that portrait is not from the show, which is what this whole statue is from. So it's interesting that they would even give you that. So that's pretty cool.
Is that the Anakin face? Okay. Oh, that honestly, that's a pretty cool touch.
It's very tempting. Very tempting.
It's not a bad piece though.
No, not at all.
And lastly, Infinity's Bell. They're kind of teasing. So
okay, so we know that Queen is gonna announce their full Bale Batman pretty soon, right? Which means that at some point they're probably going to make a bust also using that sculpt.
You would assume.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see this piece. The counterpoint piece would be the Joker. And how do you guys feel about that?
The Infinity?
Yeah, the Infinity Joker.
I mean, I have it on order, so that tells you what I think.
Can you pull it up?
So.
Yeah, we can pull it up.
Yeah.
He's leaning right a bit. Or no?
What was that?
The Joker. He's leaning a little bit, right?
He's kind of like hunched over a little bit, I think.
A little bit.
Oh, and it's got the mask with it on it, like the robber mask.
The mask, the knife.
Okay, I've seen that one.
I don't know. I think Infinity, they made a great line with these three, but I think they're odd. And the reason why I say that is because with Catwoman, she has the thing you know, the hand going on, but there's like no visible earpiece. And we could say, okay, like some artists, they have like when they go on stage, it's clear, okay, but you can't see an earpiece. You can't fit a gun in her hand. And then with
Right.
the Bell, Bell, he's usually the standing. Not one scene in the trilogy has he ever stood and held his mask in front of him like that. So,
Right.
and then
So
Joker's,
they're definitely all like very interesting artistic takes. Thank you, Payne, for the $5 super chat. We appreciate it, man. Thank you. You of course are very helpful getting us there. Thank you, dude. These are all like, you know, not exactly straight out of the movie. Obviously, he never held the mask behind his back or the card in front, and you know, Mr. X loves this piece. But it's a big piece, man, and it's a deep piece because he's holding that mask behind him, and it's almost something of a centerpiece or something that needs to be able to be rotated to really take, you know, full appreciation of it. And so, you know, I had a couple of thoughts about this because I have this piece on order and I need to figure out if I'm going to pay for it or not, or if I'm just going to, you know, let it go. We know that Queen is releasing their Bale, and it's probably going to be incredible. If it's anything like their Queen Iron Man, you know, and the details and stuff that go into that, it's going to be amazing. And, you know, I definitely want a Bale. Like, Bale is amazing. I think it would be extremely cool to have a one-to-one Batman in the collection. And so I was trying to think, would you do this half bust of the Joker? Or if you think you're going to have a one-to-one full-size Bale, why not get the Queen Studios one-to-one Joker that's going to match it perfectly?
yeah, I would go 1-on-1 if that's the route. Yeah,
I guess I
because
haven't seen enough of one-to-one Joker. The one we did see early on, I thought it looked terrible.
It had a lot. Yeah, there were a lot of issues. Mm-hmm.
and they never showed it again, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
Right.
Yeah, nothing yet.
I think this definitely is a cornerstone piece. I know in the beginning some people were divided because of the coat, how it was at the end, how it's all tattered up.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're doing a 1-to-1, just because of the acting and what we saw from this version of Joker, it'll just be reasonable to get the 1-to-1 if you're doing the 1-to-1 Bell.
Well, let me throw this scenario at you. So let's say I actually do sell all comic Batman, including comic Superman. Okay. And I just say strictly movie. And let's say that my Batman is going to be one-to-one Bale, one-to-one Heath Ledger. And then, you know, I have like the Tumblr, and, you know, I talked about my vision of having the Batmobiles, you know, on like one of those garage shelves like people do at some point in the future. And then, you know, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have my J&Ds, but my J&Ds I envision kind of being off by themselves in like their own nice little, you know, shelf or something. And that's it. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. What do you think?
I think if you like Ben Affleck's, you're gonna probably have to wait it out. But as in what you just slated, that's prime. That's prime because I highly doubt they'll ever do a 66 anything, just due to the process of just trying to get with the right licensing individuals and then the families and all that. But I doubt they'll do an 89. But really, I think that's the prime slate. In my opinion.
So John, what do you think about that?
I think for you it makes sense because you're kind of the one-to-one guy now, you know. And if they're going to do it, you might as well. But I mean, for my purpose, yeah, this is. Although the only thing the Infinity, I mean, I would prefer Bale with the helmet, the cowl on, than off. That bugs me a little bit. So we'll see what it looks like, but.
Yep. Now let me ask you this, because I think this piece is phenomenal. I love this Joker. I think it's great. I just have a distaste for Infinity right now, just because, not that I don't think they're good. I think they're great. But I do think that they destroy on they kill it when it comes to sculpted. The Ring Wraith, I know it's just fabric and gauntlets and stuff, but those gauntlets and the sword, you know, even though it's not metal, freaking beautiful. The Sauron, you know, in-hand picture so far look beautiful. anything sculpted on like the Infinity Superman that I had that I just recently sold. The outfit sculpt was amazing. And then my favorite Infinity to date is the Batfleck, which I'll probably sell. So I can focus on Bale, and it's mostly armor except for his lips and his chin, and they destroy it. They're so good at sculpted things. Infinity is amazing at sculpting. But I had a conversation with Payne. And now Joker doesn't really apply to this thought process, but when you're looking at these big one-to-one silicon things, they don't have blood coursing through them. They don't have a heartbeat. They don't have veins, vessels, nerves. And so I always thought there was something just missing. And it finally occurred to me. It's like, well, they're not alive. They're not warm. They're not, they don't have that pulsation, because humans are never static unless you're dead. So it looks more like a porcelain kind of like fake person than it is. They can never get the likeness perfect because they can't get the flush, the sensation of aliveness. Drop it down to 1/3 scale, and that's why I think personally I prefer that, because you can give a little bit more micro detail, whereas 1-to-1 canvas, you have a lot to do to really pick up everything. So I finally figured out why I don't like. I mean, the Bruce Lee, incredible. The Superman, incredible. But there was always this sense of lacking that I got from Infinity, and that was it. I finally figured it out. What do you guys think about that?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think you got a point, because as we were talking, I was thinking of the comparison of obviously Queen, right? Queen is more of your traditional museum front stature kind of bust. And with Infinity, it's very dynamic. And like Justin said earlier in the show, the Harley, right? That's a very dynamic bust going on. And from the proto to what was in hand, totally different, totally different scenario. I think you are right that when it comes to capturing likeness, I don't think anyone will ever get it down as great compared to like, for instance, going back to like the pure arts, the cow, the Batman cow, that's a beautiful thing. It's not alive. It doesn't have silicone. It doesn't have anything. But when you get into the silicone range, it's a 3D model kind of thing. And with some bust, you get the angle, and with some other angles, it's not there. But in that one angle, it's definitely that individual and that character.
But more than that, like I'm looking at my J&D right now. So I'm looking at the Wonder Woman 84, which to me is the greatest likeness. And I'm just looking at her face, and her face has like different tones in different areas, different like shadowings, different textures. And I feel like, people expect too much of a 1-to-1, Infinity, and, Infinity is the great, savior of 1-to-1, silicon bust or half torsos. And for Joker, doesn't count. He has makeup. For Batman, doesn't count. He has his cowl on, and there's enough stubble and texture in this one small little spot where it's believable. What I'm just saying is, and I know a lot of people like these, so I want to hear your thoughts. I'm saying that there's just something lacking, and then you're paying $4,000 to $5,000 for something, and it just kind of sits there and looks kind of dead. I want it to be alive. Like these J&Ds can probably, like Night at the Museum, they could probably like turn off the lights and they come alive, when we go to sleep. If it's something this big and this expensive and takes up this much space, it needs to be freaking alive. And I don't know how you do that. Do you like build in anatomy as you're building in the silicone, like, and then have like multiple textures? I have no idea, but I'd love to know how they do it and what their thought process is.
Yeah.
Or am I just crazy?
You're crazy.
It's just technology. Technology will eventually catch up. It's just with the price. It's just like silicone now is something new.
Mm-hmm.
And relatively new. So it's just like when you compare TVs back in the day.
Mhm.
Now their prices have come down, silicone will come down, technology will get better. It'll be something else.
Mhm.
But yeah, you're on to something.
I mean,
I think
I've
Go ahead, go
always
ahead.
thought that the Queen Studios bust had a lot more life in them than Infinity.
Yes. Yes.
They look like
So
they're sweating on some pictures of people. I've never understood because I've never owned one, but
How, John, the Wonder Woman, how's the silken texture after you opened it from the shipping?
it's fine. Yeah, I've been kind of watching it. So
So it's not like
uh,
slimy. It's pretty
no,
reasonable.
yep,
Okay.
yep. So
Queen. So the Queen Wonder Woman was my first silken bust, and she looks like she's alive. She looks like she has some vitality to her, and I don't know if it's like the hues of red or pink or something. I just feel like some of these infinities, like look at the Daenerys. Everyone's like, she looks like a porcelain doll. I mean, okay, granted it's only photos, and I'm the biggest loudmouth, that says, hey, when you need to see silicone in person. But it was almost a no-brainer to sell the Bruce, to sell the Henry Cavill, and all those, just because it doesn't give me that vitality. Now, look at the pictures that Sean posted in our group. He bought my Superman, and it looks beautiful.
it
And so
does. Yeah.
maybe it's lighting, photography, but I mean, he looks like that. He has Henry Cavill in his house, and it looks alive too. So it could just be my eye. It could be the lighting. Could be a bunch of things.
Mhm.
This is pretty good. It'd probably be less expensive than commissioning a couple pieces of custom artwork. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like I want like alive people hanging in. I just want to like look at something, like look at that Thanos and be like, yep, that could be like Thanos can like move off that shelf, or J&D Harley can take that bat and swing it at me, or this Optimus, granted he's a robot, he can literally fly off the stand. And I know it sounds stupid. I know I'm crazy.
no, you've got to the
and
point where
maybe
you've bought so much.
Yeah.
You've bought so much more than everybody else, and you're used to seeing the quality, and the quality's gotten better and better, and now you're expecting even better. You got to a certain point where, and you're collecting. That's what I think.
yeah.
Well, and I think we're in the early stages of silicone, so I think in the next few years it's just going to get better and better. So
yeah.
And also, I think like you officially have entered the range of like we have enough judgment of movies we watch, right? Because we watch so many. I think you've hit the range of you have enough items that you can judge. Kind of going off of what Justin said, that some pieces look bland and you don't get transported to that place or how you felt, or kind of like what some smells do for us with perfumes and colognes and stuff, right? It transports us back to a certain age. I think you hit that range. And I mean, rightfully so. And this goes back to a live stream I saw the other day where the guy was saying, the Yoda for Hot Toys, he's overscaled and he's actually supposed to be smaller. And when they asked him, like, why isn't he smaller? He said, well, if you think about it, he's $300 right now, right? If you cut him in half where he's really supposed to be, is someone really still going to pay $300 for that? And I think it's the same thing with the bust, I mean, give or take, majority of these people already have more than one bust, right? But some of these people, as I would like to say, is like a one-off. They want more, Hey, you're telling me you're giving me switch outs, or you're giving me a bust with arms compared to like Queen? Then I want arms, even if it degrades the likeness. And I think, like y'all said, like going off of what John said as well, I think we're in the early stages of silicon or silicone, however you pronounce it. And I think there will be a time where studios like Queen will get direct scans of the individuals from their faces, because they already do that with I think it's Ironhead Studios that does like all the suits for like the superheroes. They already do that with the face and the whole head. So I mean, I think in time they'll be able to rent out or buy a certain amount of time so they could have those head sculpts. So they could kind of like do a 3D print and then put silicone and or however they want to do it. But
Mhm.
no, you're not crazy. I think you're crazy as much as you spend. But if you have it, then by all means. But no, I mean, it's like all things. If you have it and you can afford it, why not? And it may sound like a rich guy like problem kind of thing, but no, you just don't get transported to that. And I know people who are into Disney stuff that will spend $100 on like 1,000 things from Disney, but it transports them. And that's all that matters at the end of the day.
I guess what I'm doing now is, I'm talking to Todd. I'm trying to like retool a couple of orders, but I asked Todd. I'm like, hey Todd, is there any way that I can cancel the big Balrog? All right, don't everyone hate me. But I'm trying to think of what I want, and my thought was to have the Sauron, the Ringwraith, and the Balrog, and then you kind of put some statues around them. But those three things are so damn big. That Sauron is big enough, and then the Balrog is like 4 feet wide by like 3 feet deep by 4 feet tall. And where I'm at currently, I can display it, yes, but it eats up a ton of space. That's two basically one-to-ones, can take that space. And so I thought about it, and what I'm trying to do is just have a couple different corners of my room with like one-to-one stuff. Not this room. This is like mostly Marvel and Transformers. But I have my Dragon Ball Z wall. I have my Iron Man, my Star Wars. I want a corner of Lord of the Rings. It's like Sauron, Ringwraith, and then maybe a couple of statues. And then the rest of that whole wall is open. And I think that it doesn't get better than having your Batman and your Joker, and then a couple of things, maybe, or nothing, and that's it. Done. Period. And that's your Batman representation right there.
What do you think that life-size Batman will be? 12, 13 ship?
I'm thinking
20.
No, it won't be that much.
I'm basing off Iron Man prices.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's gonna have to have. It
It'll
depends on if they have.
No.
Are they gonna have a one-to-one sculpt? With uncowled, which I doubt.
I'd rather have the cow on.
I'd rather have the cowl. I think a lot of people have the cowl. And let's say they did silicone, just this part right
like
here.
Affleck. Yeah.
Yep. So that's minimal cost. And so you're talking about fully sculpted with a little bit of silicone with today's prices. And if we look at the last Iron Man that just came out was
Bale's like 6'2", 6 foot. I don't know.
He's so it's a little bit shorter than the Iron Man. I'm thinking probably 12 to 14. 12 to 14 is my guess.
I might actually be interested in that one in my new space. I'd like that. I don't care nothing for Joker, but I think it'd be cool to have Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 15 or 16 then, because I do know a cosplayer who's like pretty like well known, and he's actually tried to replicate the suit. And believe it or not, that suit is one of the hardest to replicate because it's kind of like one of those suits that it goes in because of the carbon fiber. It's like it has like an overlay, and then it depends on what version, because then the suit is painted on, of course. It's very tricky, but to the eye, the actual prop suit, it looks amazing.
But you'll know that they'll do all resin, except for the cape, and if they do cowl or they do silicone here, so it'll be just like the Iron Man. It'll be all resin, just
So technically, Mike, those two one-to-ones would be your first cloth one-to-ones, right?
No,
as in as in like whole.
Because my Darth Vader is mixed media. Mm-hmm.
Oh man! So how do you do it with the lens and the dust on that?
Good fans. Good. I don't know. I probably should do more dust management. That's a topic definitely for a different day.
Hey, Gobi has it now. They got humidifiers and the other things and the air things. I looked on their website.
Yep.
Do they?
Control it with your phone. Yep. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, "What the freak?" And I ordered one.
Yeah, hold on. Live ordering right now.
You'll see it.
You have to get something.
It's probably 2 sizes.
Let's see.
John, what do you feel about the topic? Given that you have obviously the Wonder Woman, do you think a bust needs to have arms? Or like what is your end on it?
I don't know. I go back and forth. I mean, you look at this one, I really like. the Queen cap with the shield and and Thor's hammer, I think looks great. But I also like the simplistic look of, like the Superman. So it just makes it very difficult because you really can't do both. You kind of have to choose one or the other.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and I can
Agreed.
kind of see why people gripe about, with Marvel where, Cap has arms, a lot of them don't. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a tough one.
Mike, you
For
don't have
sure.
much dust in that room you're in now because you don't have the fan with the big fan blades.
That's
See, that's
right.
why I switched mine out the week or so ago because I was having that problem. I took it out. I noticed the dust is like 80% less.
Yeah, I have hardly any dust.
Yeah, in this
But
room
I
at
am going to
all.
buy this humidifier. This thing is cheap from Gobi.
Yep. It
That is a
has a lot of
good
good
deal.
reviews.
Yeah, it does. 1,500 square feet. That's more than enough.
Mike, are you going to be picking up the half scale Hulkbuster?
Yes. Yep.
He wants to.
Yeah.
I
He
want
was-
to, but it's about weight. I'm by myself. My wife can't lift this stuff. I don't have none of these. I'd have to hire people to come over here, and I'm like,
They can't do a full
I'd have to
torso
sit.
or full body like they normally do. They'd have to do a leg, pegs, pins. I know they don't
Yeah.
like doing that, but there's no, yeah. That
So
is
how
true.
many boxes are you looking with that one? Like 6, 7?
No, they'd be a flight case.
Be a flight
Oh,
case, yeah.
oh,
The
Yeah.
flight
duh,
case we
yeah.
got basically had 2 boxes in it. It was just one
Yep.
massive case. So this one would probably be 2 flight cases.
2
I would
flight
assume.
cases.
Yeah. So that's special delivery 18-wheeler kind of thing, right?
Freight, yeah, with the
Yeah,
loading
the freight.
thing, yeah.
Yep.
Ooh,
They basically take a pallet jack, a little hand pallet jack,
yeah.
and then they just roll it right into your garage or driveway.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
slick.
Didn't mean to hit the drywall there. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to scratch your car there. Damn.
Yeah.
But the cool
Yeah,
thing about that
that's
flight
cool.
case is you could actually display your Hulkbuster on top of it. I sat on top of it just to test it, and
Damn.
it was solid. So I'm gonna
yeah.
use it as some kind of display piece later on when I get my setup going, and maybe
Yeah.
do something on it. But
Yes.
Mike, do you keep your flight cases? Are they the only cases you keep?
For my one-to-ones, yes.
Yep.
hmm Yep.
Anything cardboard out the window?
Yes. Gone. For one-to-ones, yeah. Yeah, if it's cardboard, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going back to your Balrog, I know you said in time you'll probably move. Is that like a for sure thing?
It's like a 95% thing. It's just because I can't keep that. Well, I could keep it in storage, but what's the point?
Yeah.
And then I kind of think like I'm gonna hit the same thing I did with the Wampa. You get the Wampa and you're like, holy cow, this thing is huge. And do I really respect the Wampa that much for it to demand that much space? And so, just after thinking about it, I'm like, well, there's no point. But a Batman? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, Christian Bale one-to-one? Yeah, that's amazing. That'd be great. Let's see. Tom says, Mike, that sounds great until new stuff comes out next year and you break it all down and start over again. That's fine. That's true.
That's the
that's why me and
process.
you are here, Tom. We can buy some of it. He'll
That's
come
right.
out.
Yeah, Tom, you'll be coming
Like,
over and buying it.
Nice.
Brandon says, I canceled the J&D Bale Batman because I want the Begin suit. I don't care if it doesn't match the Dark Knight movie. The Joker, I have J&D feeling. Yeah, J&D is good stuff.
I want my J&D Bell. I thought that was shipping last month.
It was supposed to. I think Todd said that he was supposed to get it in his warehouse like January 15th. He said that I think it was pushed back the end of this month, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be any day. Or,
If I was ever blessed enough, I would definitely want to go to his new place coming up, see all those statues in person.
Mhm.
I think it's one of the smartest moves because, I mean, if you think about it, you only have 2 events, at least in the States, that you could really see those statues. And give or take, I mean, you're getting pushed and shoved and trying to get a decent 4K video on your phone or camera, which would be NYCC or SDCC. But with this shop, I mean, I guess it's just appointment only. But, I mean, it's all there.
There you go, Mike. You could charge $200 a visit, set up like a little brunch
Yeah.
or eating thing. You could get a 1-to-1 paid really quick, have 100 people come through, $200 a person. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Justin, you want to hear a quick story, dude?
Yeah, what's up?
So I just came back from visiting a family. Well, my sister. It was our birthday, right? and I was coming down, and I was in your neck of the woods actually. I went from North Carolina to Tennessee. I had a little layover, and I was like, Mike, right? I put all caps, Mike, right? Sent him a DM. He's like, "What's up, brother?" I was like, "Hey, man, I'm in your neck of the woods, bro. I'm at the airport." He's like, "Which one?" I said, "Nashville." He's like, "Oh, man, that's awesome. It's three hours away."
Yeah, it's
And I
not
was
that
like,
bad.
"Oh, no way, bro. Can I make a trip?" And he's like, he didn't say yes. He didn't say no. Guess what he told me, bro? Guess what his response was?
What day was it? What day was it? Do you remember?
It was
'Cause-
Friday.
Oh,
Friday.
okay. I was gonna say if it's on Monday, he's got to take care of the kids, so he's got life schedule.
Yeah.
Well, guess what he told me, Justin? Guess.
He's playing
I don't
golf.
even remember.
I don't know.
He's playing
I
golf.
don't know.
John, take a wild guess.
I couldn't.
He could have said yes.
I don't
He could have
even
said no.
remember.
He could have said maybe.
What did I
Selling
say?
So
statues.
I sent him this, right? His response was, "Do you have dental insurance?" Question mark. And I was like, "What
Oh
the
my
hell?
god!
What the
He's a
hell?"
seller. He's a
Oh
seller.
my god!
Hey,
Get
he
out
told
of here!
me. He told me when we were pushing to try to get 1K. He's like, "Yeah, I'm asking my patients. I'm getting them to subscribe." And I was like, "Oh my god,
Dude,
dude. Yeah, I was
the
like,
beauty,
man.
the beauty of my practice is that we have a lot of long-term patients, so I know them really well. So I'm like, hey man, give me your phone for a second. You open up YouTube on your phone, give it to me, da-da-da-da, subscribe, and they're like, and then they look at it and they're like, damn, this is cool stuff, and then they're like watching, and that was the general reaction. And then like most of my staff, I'd be like, pull up YouTube on your phone and give it to me. And I'm the boss, so they're like, oh, okay. And then I like hit subscribe. And one of the hygienists was like, "Would you just do my phone? I gave you a virus. Here you go."
Well, most of these people grew up watching this or had family members that watched it, was into it. So yeah,
Mhm.
I would,
it's nostalgia all over again. And, yeah.
you know, I wouldn't say I would kill because I mean, not working is
Kill.
even that much cooler.
Don't be admitting that on here now.
No. But I would say I would definitely do a heavy task to work for Mike because I already visited his business page once on accident, and it's a Christmas photo when it's the whole squad because it's him and this other. I'm sure he's a great gentleman, but it's them two and it's the rest of the female staff, and like you could just tell like the female staff is just on one side of the picture where Mike's at. I was like,
Oh my
okay.
god!
Yeah, he's a
Oh
cool
my
guy.
God.
He's a cool guy.
Get out of here, you guys. Get out of here. Oh, we are way off track. What time is it?
Derailed.
Yeah, derail. What? Oh yeah, because it's after 11. That's why. Shane is sleeping. So I guess, all right, just go down the road, John. You're in my shoes. What do? Do you pick up this piece, or do you just say screw it? Queen Studios 1-to-1, Bale and Joker done.
I mean, do we know it's a guarantee for Queen to do that?
The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and the
John's.
Joker.
No, the Joker's already out. Joker's been on pre-order.
Okay. When is that supposed to come out then? Because
it's running late. It's delayed. It's supposed to come out Q4 22.
I don't know. That's a hard one because I don't know how much trust I have in that. Because you don't want to commit yourself and then it not be what you want. So
here's my alternate thought process: is you get the Queen Batman because it's gonna be amazing. I know it will be. And then you get this guy, and then maybe you get a Bane Infinity, or you get the Catwoman Infinity, and just have the Batman in the middle, have these two surrounding, and that look pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Justin, what do you think?
I think you're going to get these, then you're going to try and box them up and sell them when you get the others. But I mean, that's up to you. I mean, if you want to just do that, do it. But I think you're going to get the 1-on-1s eventually.
Yeah, well, I could just box this up and sell it to Sick probably, but then I have to give him a really good deal. But then it almost makes sense just to save the money.
Your head already in your head, you're wanting to get the 1-on-1s automatic. So
there's just you have to have, it has to be a certain type of bust, to fit into a room where you're looking around and you see a bunch of 1-to-1 people. But anyway, the Spider-Mans, they just work. I don't know why they work. Anyway, we've covered this enough. Shane, you've been listening. You have sage advice. What do you think?
You're gonna have to repeat the question, dude. We kind of
Oh,
went off on different fucking shit. So
Um,
what's the question?
Get this one and get the 1-to-1 bail, which is not really hypothetical. It's going to be announced pretty soon. Or get the 1-to-1 bail and the 1-to-1 Joker that's already out on PO and say done.
Does the 1-to-1 Joker look good?
It had a few complaints. I think it looks good, but
TBD.
it's TBD. But it's Queen Studios, and they delayed it for a reason.
Well, then why wouldn't you just get the 2 1-to-1s? It's Batman and Joker.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
that seems like a no-brainer. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let's please move on, please.
I think that's pretty much it for what I had. So unless there's anything else from anybody,
Just waiting to Wednesday to get here so I can get excited. Woo woo!
I can say this.
Get
I
my
watched
or Jetwing.
I watched the live stream for Jazik with Jost with the 1/6 scale man or something like that. He's a cool guy. But
yeah.
on a lot, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw it too, but Jost actually said he's interested in doing figures, like the
Mhm.
Catwoman, the Riddler,
Mhm.
and Jost's quality. I'm assuming he would. I don't know if he would give us the Hot Toys off the bat quality. I'm pretty sure he's trying to aim for like the in art kind of quality. I don't know about silicone, but at least like that kind of quality
Some
with
of the
everything
in-art
else.
stuff
No
looks
way.
better than Hot Toys, to be honest.
yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
way.
He said he's
I-
shooting for that.
I'm
I don't
very
own it in
skeptical
art,
of that because
What?
the one thing about jazz that I've heard people complain about is the details. You know, with the
Mhm.
Millennium Falcon, with a lot just the heavy details on it. He doesn't do. I mean, he makes great product, I think, but I don't think you can compare with Hot Toys or even in art. I think in art right now you could say is probably number one with what they're doing.
Yeah, I think in art is definitely the king of the crop right now, is in quality and what they're putting out. Hell, they're getting into Harry Potter. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
Mhm.
I mean,
Um,
if he's thinking of doing figures, he better be prepared because he will get torn apart by everybody in the community if he doesn't put out quality stuff.
Yeah. And to be fair, the Iron Scavenger that he put out a while ago, I had it and I loved it, and a lot of people
Yeah.
in the 6 scale community loved it too.
I'm saying
the-
like head sculpt wise, like that's what makes
oh,
the figure. So if you can't nail head
Oh,
sculpt
yeah.
and have good paint quality on them, then you might as well not even get in the game.
yeah, or stick to characters that are more technically complex, like the Iron Scavenger, and just make them big and bold,
Yeah.
and things that people
Mhm.
aren't going to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a place for that.
Yeah, I was pretty hyped on when he said that, and then I don't know how many more vehicles he has left in the slate to where it actually will be profitable. But I know he announced that with the 89, the guy who did the 89 or the 95, either or, he actually helped out on the Tumbler. So he was like resistant. Just was resistant on doing anything like Dark Knight because Hot Toys did it. He's not even going to touch it. Well, he actually mentioned in the live stream that he's actually going to talk to the guy to see what details are like minute, like even the revits, or because I stared at the Hot Toys one for a while, and it's there, but kind of like the bust, right? It's not, and it's weird, and I just haven't paid too much attention to it because I don't want to. How can I put it? I don't want to bake something that I saved up for and waited on for years, kind of like diluted in a sense. I don't want to spoil
Right.
myself on that, but I do know he's gonna possibly. I'm willing to give 50% that he's gonna do something with the tumbler, and I mean he may even do a diecast, which is awesome.
Yeah, he's fully licensed. He could do almost anything. But it'd be interesting to see. I still haven't unboxed my 66. I have it in my garage. Maybe I'll try to unbox it tomorrow and I'll take some pictures and put it up. A lot of people love the 66. They love it. But let's see. Let's go just around one last time and see if there's anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap things up. Starting with Shane. Anything you want to touch on before we go?
Not really. I wanted to tell you that exclusive PCS Iron Man is
Sold out?
The PCS. No, it's low stock alert.
No, you're shitting me. You're gonna make me look?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got
God
it.
damn it! Because I did
Yeah.
look. I just clicked on Marvel on Sideshow.
Yeah, talk about that gut wrenching, like in the roller
Well-
coaster when your balls curl up. That's how Mike
He
looks.
just
He's
loves
just
to
like,
bust his
what?
balls.
Well, dude, I mean, but seriously though, I would feel really good for Ant because hell yeah, I wish it would sell out in a week. That would be really cool. That's what makes collectibles cool. Like when things sell out on pre-order.
Do you
Yeah.
think you'll ever get to that point with statues?
Selling out on
Ye-
pre-order?
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
that quick.
If anybody, PCS is getting there because I mean, a lot of their pieces, I think, I think Ghostface is about waitlisted,
Wow.
and it hasn't come out yet. I don't know if Raph is low stock yet, the deluxe,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll get there.
Pieces sell out all the time at PO, like within minutes or so. Just
True,
not when you have Sideshow that makes 12,000 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that if
you
this
look
Iron
at
Man,
customs, you look at older Sideshow pieces, look at Thanos on Throne.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
You
I think
look
if
at
this,
NYC pieces.
oh, they sell in seconds. Yeah.
They have a ES of 100, but they
Yeah.
sell out sometimes in minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I think if
Damn,
this Iron Man was like 1,500 or 1,400 versus 2,000, I think it would be selling a lot faster.
Do you think it's overpriced for what it is?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure.
But it's 100. It's 150. So I think they kind of toy with that when they do low ES. They think that they can, which maybe it's justified, being a lower ES. But
Well, and it's Iron Man. And look, here's their Thanos, 1/3 freaking Thanos for 1,300. I'm sorry, 1,500, which is way bigger than that Iron Man.
but it makes me wonder. LBS Iron Man. What do you think that'll run? 22. It will be about the Hulk. You think?
It'll be about 20, 23, 24, maybe.
Okay, so a couple hundred.
There's a lot of switch outs. What?
I'll say 19 to 2,000.
Wow.
So I mean, when you look at them side by side, I think it's probably easy to say LBS is gonna blow it away. Would you say?
And that's what I was thinking too. So this is more of just like, hey, being an Iron Man collector and just getting something with a low ES and having it, it's cool. And if someone wants it in the future, it's 150 is pretty low. I mean that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like Prime One's 1/3 scale. I guess they're doing DC. How much is an average piece going for nowadays?
$15.99.
15, 16.
Yeah, it's $15.99 now. Yeah.
Okay.
It went
So
up from like 12 or 13.
overpriced.
However, what's the average ES of it?
Oh well. 500, 600.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
and this
500
is why it leads me to believe even more that Ant is talking about lower edition sizes to make collectibles more for. So he might be charging a little bit more for his pieces, but it's a lot more rare. There's a lot of collectors who are just, I don't want to say bitching, but talking about how they love low ES, and that means more to them. Well, looks like this is what he's offering you.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's going to cost you a little bit more. He's got to make some money.
True.
Personally, I think I'm rooting for him because he's stateside, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, he's personally, I mean, he's the guy stateside who, I mean, essentially is Prime One's biggest competitor, at least for the time being. And he's doing low yeses. He's doing stuff that hasn't been touched. I mean, now that I think about it, no one has touched the Avengers video game at all.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then
That
much less.
video games went downhill, but that's probably why.
I think though,
Looked like it was
if I
gonna be so
remember
awesome.
right, the cells on that weren't great. Was it?
Mhm.
Am I right on that?
No, they weren't the best. I'm going to be honest. I played a little bit, but I was kind of confused because I think I played like the DLC rather than the actual like game in the beginning.
Oh,
So I was like, "What the hell's happening?"
I played it. I liked it, but it's like they just didn't evolve everything quick enough. Like they said they were going to release Spider-Man at a certain time. Then it went 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It dragged on. Then they said the same thing for like all these different other characters, and it just pissed the community off.
I know for me, for Xbox, a lot of guys were upset because Spider-Man is just Sony, and they're not giving that out to
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Yeah, it's
so
on PlayStation.
so they took that kind of like gut wrenching to the heart, and I mean rightfully so.
But yeah, they
That's like
could have made
saying,
so many characters off of that. Like how they
Yeah.
do the Spider-Man regular game. They got all these different suits. That's what I was thinking about for Iron Man. If they made like an Iron Man
Yeah.
this game or took it from that Avengers game, oh, they'd have like 30 different color suits. Mike would be over here, he'd be like, "Oh crap, I got this one, I got this one, I got this one."
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean,
Exactly.
just it coming from the game, and then it being a low ES, I'm willing to bet no one's going to do anything. I mean, probably Iron Studios with a 1/10 because they do. I mean, everyone and anyone.
The
Mhm.
worst.
But
A lot of the
I
Hot Toys got the like Spider-Man suits come from that game or them games.
oh yeah, I think it's a Spider-Man and Iron Man, or they will do any variations.
I'm
But
just curious here though. Who collects 1/10? Is it me or I don't understand how Iron Studios goes so deep on 1/10.
I think the only cool thing about 1/10, and I learned this recently, is with the XM, what they got going on with the XM lens.
That's different though, because it's like a
yeah.
diode though. you
But
know?
like previously, before, I really don't know, man. Like as in one-offs, or like I remember trying to get something for my sister, like for Harry Potter.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
they didn't even match. Like
Yeah.
obviously it's characters, right? But they
I
didn't
mean
even match.
they do cool stuff like that new one they're doing like a Goonies one. I mean
Yeah.
it's kind of cool stuff, but I'm just like, are people really buying this stuff?
I know they did the Wizard of Oz, and I was eyeing
Mike.
on that, but
Yeah.
Is that Grimlock? It's 1/10, right?
Yeah. There you
I
go.
own a 1/10.
There you
There
go.
we
I
go.
was thinking, do I own one? There you go.
Yes, you do. Yep, that's right. That's right.
The
Most
only-
Transformers are considered 1/10, which in reality are quarter scale. But
Yeah.
there
the
you
only,
go.
the only exception.
But
But I
what
don't
do you
know,
guys think?
that brings up a great option.
What do you think? Let's see, 11:30. Should we start winding down or wind down completely?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a good show.
Yeah, a lot of interesting topics, a lot of good stuff. If you've made it this far, or we'll put a note in the video to scroll this far. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start our 1K giveaway, and so keep doing what you've been doing. Leave a comment on all these videos, including our daily shorts as well as our weekly live show. We read every single comment. Comment, whatever. And then we have some announcements that we'll just put in our Facebook group this week about what we're giving away. And we have Randy involved from Collector's Arc, which is pretty awesome. And, he's excited to kind of give away a statue. We don't know what yet. We have probably Todd involved again. We know that we have John involved. And I'm involved personally. I'm going to give away a statue from my collection. And then, no, it is not your choice. And we're gonna put together. I know, right? We're gonna put together something similar to what we did for our holiday giveaway, where you click the buttons, you do the thing, and the more times you do it, you more chances of entering. And so that way, you could, if you're home all day and you want to just keep clicking on things, then great. So we will fully announce everything probably later this week, and then by next week's live show, we'll go ahead and we'll announce that, and we're gonna run that all the way through, which was gonna be March anyway. We're going to probably run it through the end of March so that everyone has an ample chance to get their names in. And I know there are some people who have already commented on every single freaking video that we have, and one of them is on this panel. So you got to start commenting pretty quickly, because it's between him and Tom who have commented on almost everything. So chances are high for them. So that's that. The other thing is, continue to tune in on Sundays. We'll be here 9 o'clock Eastern as our new show time, unless something happens, and we'll announce that. Go ahead and put your ideas into the Facebook page. Let us know, what do you want us to talk about per week? And I think we had this in the beginning. We had a post, and it'd be like, hey, what should we talk about? And we'd vote on it or whatever. So we can go back to that, because this is kind of a slow time. I know Chinese New Year's is over, and China's basically reopening. So we should be probably getting quite a bit of things, showing up soon. But what's on your guys' mind? Just let us know. Shane,
I was thinking about that, Mike, on the Facebook group. We could even just once a week, like on Monday, let's say, topics you'd like to discuss, and people could just make a post, and then we could just talk about it and grab a few for the upcoming show.
I will do that tomorrow. I'll make the post and I'll pin it to the top. And you guys could comment on it all week. I think it's a great idea. Yep. Let's see. Anything else, John?
I don't think so. Just want to thank everybody for subscribing. I mean, it's been a cool ride. It's been relatively quick, from what we started in what was it, March?
It was April, I think.
April, yeah. So yeah, it's been a fun ride, and a lot more to come for sure.
Definitely. Justin, anything new on Justin Sports and Statue Collector?
Nah, just trying to get more money.
That's right.
I'll make more money this week to buy more crap.
Yep. Amen. And Johnny, any closing remarks?
I just want to say thank y'all for being original. Thank y'all for not being, and I say this respectfully because there's others trying to make their collection bigger, but they're kind of a sellout in a sense with some companies. But Shane, thank you for being the crack in the whip when things are going a little bit too smooth. John, thank you for being the middleman on a lot of things, the eye in the sky and the knowledge. John, thank you for spending all your money that you do so we could feast our eyes. Justin, thank you for just existing, man. You're a cool cat. And just don't change, guys. And lastly, I guess closing statement is, John, I really like how your display is coming out, dude. It looks quite
it's
amazing.
coming along. Yeah.
I just feel sorry for your back moving all that stuff, but I mean, it looks definitely it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I've been saying we need more art print statue displays. And you definitely captured that with the movie posters and the art prints.
Yeah,
so
and I think
keep on doing your thing.
Now that we got Mike back on board with art prints, maybe we'll feature art prints a little bit more because Mike is kind of giving me hell for collecting art prints just because I just love collecting art prints.
They're good
because they kind of mesh so well with your collection. So
yeah, dude, art prints and hot toys. I'm back. So
Mike, I got one question for you. Before we did the show, you said there was something that you were being a hypocrite again. What was that? Did we talk about that?
Was it the one-to-ones?
It was I'm not a DC collector. But here I am buying a one-to-one Christian Bale and a one-to-one Joker. So
yeah, but you don't collect DC. Obviously.
I don't collect DC.
No.
But to be fair, and I want you guys to post this in the Facebook group. Do I get out of DC comic, statues completely? Which means that Hush goes, Fabot goes, all those, Batcave goes, and I don't even. And a Prime one comes up that is a comic Batman. I don't even look at it. I look at it and I say it's cool, but I say nope, I don't. So you guys need to help me make that decision.
Mike, if you do sell your Hush, just dibs it for me. I know someone who wants to buy it.
Oh, dude. Okay, well, they're gonna have to fight. You have to tell me who it is, and then there's two other people who have been wanting it forever. John, Everyday Collector being one, and then Miguel from Collectors Assemble being two. Anyway, so I might be selling a lot of DC comic stuff.
I'm just calling it right now. You're gonna get something from 89 Bats. I'm just calling it.
I would like to, and I hope J&D releases something cool. I would 100% buy the J&D. 100%.
And we'll remember this when Tactical Throne Batman comes out. We'll remember
this. We got to get that one.
Well.
Here it comes.
There
it's going to be in the movie sooner or later.
Right when I'm about to grab me right back in. Look at him.
Dude, why do we have the best conversation after everyone leaves? No, that's what I'm talking about. That was my point, because the Tactical Throne is so damn good. But I have to be honest with myself, and I cannot buy it. Or
I do have a solution.
Okay.
Sell all your movie stuff and go only comic.
No, hell no. I'd have nothing in my collection if I did that.
Just think of all the space you'd have.
No, that's true, but you need to see all the space I have after selling all my comic stuff. There's a ton.
I would if you did a room tour.
Okay,
I was just about to say that.
Hang on. I'm a complete hypocrite, though, because the Justice Buster is comic, right? Or is it conceptual?
No,
conceptual,
comic.
I think.
I think the version they made, though, is conceptual. It's just
okay. So Justin Izzy. Okay, so it's conceptual. I can keep it. See,
Don't
that's
don't
good.
enable
That's
him, Justin. It's comic.
No,
And I'm
well,
going to
it's-
find
it's
the
from a
comic and I'm going
comic.
to post it in the group.
No, it's from a comic. Somebody done some big YouTube thing on it, but it is from the comic. But it's his version of that thing.
So
or
it's
something.
Right.
concept.
So
It
it's
can
from
stay.
a comic. It was never in a movie, so it's not a movie piece.
But he's right about that. Yeah.
It's either from
Alright.
the comic or it's a movie piece.
I'm keeping that Justice Buster.
Well,
That is
it could be
keeping-
like Power Master, right? I think
There
everybody
it
says
is.
Power Master's from just whatever his brain was, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, I'm keeping that Justice Buster, which maybe means I can keep Hush Soups, maybe. Let's talk about it.
And it begins.
Don't
I know.
sell it. I'm telling
Dun
you.
dun dun dun.
All right, so thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for making it all the way through. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next Sunday. Y'all have a very good night and a great week. See ya.